Please like and share the video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Hold up. What's good? Salutes. Salutes to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all smashing that like on the way in. Salutes to the people on Taz's side as well. Let me get a mic check from y'all in my chat room. And what's good with you, Taz, man? Much love and much respect, my brother. Let me get a mic check from you on my end.
I hear you, bro. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's good? Salutes.
There we go.
Salutes to everybody.
I'm getting some feedback though. But yeah, if you watching this on YouTube,
I might have a YouTube open. I mipen have a YouTube open. Hold on.
Let me get a mic check from y'all in my chat room.
There we go.
There we go. Salutes to everybody out there. We didn't really come up with no set debate criteria, but it's just me and this brother on a call. So we're gonna what you agreeing to do? How you want to go about it, my brother? Salutes to you once again.
However you want to do it, bro. Ain't no, you know what I mean? Ain't no, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't setting nothing, so it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you.
I tell you what, man, I think that me and you can just have a back and forth starting off, and maybe if we have to, it ain't no thing. We can put on a little stop clock for like 3 minutes each at some portion if we want. However we want to do it, if we find that necessary or whatever. That's on you though. Hey, but I'm gonna let you open up though, man, and you know what I'm saying, holler at the people and everything, and I can go behind you and, you know, introduce myself to your side. Salutes. They already know who it is.
For sure. Taz exclusives. Go, you know what I'm saying? I have a channel right here on YouTube. Well, I got several channels, but the main one is Taz Exclusive the GOAT. I got Taz Exclusive the Teacher. And I do a lot of Black history. I do a lot of information that I feel like is being left out. And I actually do promote the culture. I stand for it, teach about it. And that's why we're here today, to kind of have a debate about where that culture stands at. And so since I do a lot about it outside of here, I think I'm the perfect person to have a debate on.
Yeah, most definitely. And I just want to be mindful today to point out to everybody, today's debate is about, is Black culture dead or not? Is Black culture dead or not? And I don't know if we may have folks call in at the end, but as of now, we just gonna hop right into the opening arguments. And once again, salutes to all you good people in the building. Like and share on both sides. Yeah, Taz, is on you, brother. You're gonna open up just on our opening arguments.
Okay, so yeah, like I say, I'm here to debate on if the culture is dead or not. And so if you, I need to screen share.
I got you.
So I can open up with this definition, so I can make sure everybody understand where I'm coming from in terms of culture. And so, like I say, the debate is about if the Black culture is dead. And so I'm here to argue that it's not, and I'll be presenting the argument several different ways. And so you let me get, okay, back. Let me get this up. Okay, let's see. So defining culture, the arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarded collectively. The customs, arts, social institutions, and other achievements of a particular nation, people, or social group. Example given is Caribbean culture. So culture isn't just limited to one thing or one group or one explanation. Stretching it to another definition, culture is defined in the Merriam-Webster dictionary as customary beliefs, social forms, material traits of a racial, religious, or social group. So all of these different things collectively make up what I'll be defining as the culture, the shared attitudes, values, goals, and practices of an institution or organization, or in our case, us as a race. The pattern of human knowledge, belief, and behavior that depends upon the capacity for learning and transmitting knowledge. That's where I believe that his argument is coming from. So what I'll be doing is showing that culture in itself as being quote unquote black culture is still alive, but a lot of people are rejecting it. And based on the definition of loan, because there are so many different cultures, we have to understand that culture hasn't gone anywhere. And so we'll be looking at Cambridge Dictionary's definition as well, because customary ways of life as a group of people, as black people, we'll have to examine that in terms of what has happened in terms of what the culture is and what is perceived as culture, as opposed to what is being put out as culture by those of us who perpetuate the culture. So again, that's the top part of this argument. The secondary part of it is the subculture. The subculture is what most people view as the culture. And I'll be showing today the difference between the two. But the definition of a subculture is a culture derived from another culture. So I'll be giving you multiple examples of how the subculture is regarded as the actual culture, but it's derived from the overall culture. And so that's what I have for an intro.
Okay. Okay, so my intro gonna be short and sweet. Basically, my intro is obviously the argument that black culture is dead based on the definition he read. The culture of a people is the arts and manifestations collectively of that people. You can look up the definition, all right? The human intellectual achievement as well. Now, what I want to point out today, and I'm going to screen share, is the fact that he never pulled up the culture wheel, and that's important. Because if you want to know all of the aspects what constitutes a culture in totality, then we need this wheel up. Let me go ahead and screen share. All right, let me see what we got. Let me screen share on my end. I think you can see it on yours. There we go. Can you see my screen share?
See it.
All right. Yeah. I want today for my argument, I want to be dealing with everything that constitutes a culture in totality by using the culture wheel. And I'm going to meticulously and thoroughly go through each one of these spots on the wheel, showing you guys today that in each of these aspects, what constitutes a culture, we are engaged in self-destructive behavior as a collective. I'm not arguing that culture has gone anywhere. I think culture is still here. I'm agreeing with him on that. I'm saying it's here, it's just dead, and it needs to be resurrected. And I'll end with this. Yesterday, when we initiated this debate, one of the arguments that me and Taz had was how our culture has a lot of vultures. And I said, that's proof that it's dead, because vultures come around when some is dead. And I said, we, can resurrect our culture. The vultures wouldn't even be able to assimilate themselves in it. They can only assimilate within a culture that's dead, a culture that has lost the uniqueness of those people. And it's a trendy type culture that can be mimicked by anybody. This is why, people like Mulatto, for example, got the award. And, you're going to have Eminem in the top 3 dead of alive rappers and stuff like that. All I'm saying is it's easy to predate on a people's culture if it's dead, ill, maimed, etc., because that's what predators do. They either go and feed off of a corpse, or the sick, the young, and that's what we see what's happening in most cases within quote-unquote black culture. And I'll be proving that in a minute, and I'll just yield right there for my opening.
All right, let me get the screen share. Okay, so there are so many different types of Black culture in this country. When we refer to Black culture, we're talking about an umbrella that includes multiple different groups. Some of them call themselves American, some of them call themselves mixed, some of them call themselves Pan-African. You have Black Hispanics, you have Caribbean people who lead with their Caribbean first, and then of course you have the corners of the United States. There are so many different forms of Black culture. There's no way it could be dead because there's not one Black culture to pinpoint. So we'll be looking at these multiple forms of Black culture, trying to figure out how it's dead. The culture is omnipresent. It's the acceptance of the culture is what's at question today. It's not if the culture is alive or dead. It's what part of the culture do you play a role in, and are you doing anything to further it? If not, that may be the reason why you think it's laying dormant or dead. Now, those of us who perpetuate or cater to the culture, we see something different in regard to where the culture is because it has never gone anywhere. For example, Eminem would have nothing to do with, let's say, the culture of Black hair. The culture of Black hair on both sides of the equation, although we could argue that women have more of a culture there than the men do. There's a history there that goes back to the time when hair started being played with. So we cannot pretend like Black culture doesn't exist in the smallest, easiest forms that could never die because you're always going to grow hair. It's just that basic, it's just that simple. There's a culture within the culture that says this culture is perfectly fine, which is why it's perpetuated. It always will be. You'll never see us all looking alike because we're not all part of the same culture. That's why we have to understand when we're talking about Black culture, it's not something simple. You may not agree with all forms of Black culture. You may not like the idea of Black Lives Matter being Black culture, but keep in mind, somebody didn't like the idea of the Black Panthers being Black culture. I personally don't like the idea of the UNIA being Black culture, but Black culture does evolve. It doesn't stay one way. See, the culture is the culmination of all these things, and to understand that they haven't gone anywhere. The only place they may have gone is a place where people don't like to talk about it, and that is under the rug so people can push other agendas. This is a culture that cannot go away because it's rooted in a history that has manifested into what you see today. What you see today, you may not like. Again, I don't like it all. That doesn't make it any less the culture. This culture that we have created of nonviolent resistance is where we are today. You don't see any different than what you saw in 1917 with the silent parade. Okay, marching for change is still a common thought process within Black culture. How could that be dying if we still see it? How could that culture that we can look to historically and understand that we've marched for change, all these different tools we've used to try to get to our value system, it's never happened for some. Others are perfectly fine with where we are. People are not operating within the same culture. But what we're not doing is acknowledging that there is a perpetuation of the culture. There's a group called 100 Black Men of America that I very rarely hear them promoted. Okay, this group is trying to perpetuate the culture of the previous, of a UNIA, of an SCLC, and many other groups of Black people historically that have pushed and promote for change. So again, when we start talking about culture, we have to embrace the culture and where it is, or understand that you're in full rejection of it. This is why we are where we are today in terms of culture, because people reject the parts of it they don't like. They pick and choose what is and isn't part of Black culture as if it's not all Black culture. Just because you don't like a piece or a facet of it, not willing to acknowledge it doesn't change that it's our culture as a people if you calling yourself Black. Now, again, undermining that is what's popular today. Because if we're looking at a part of the Black struggle that we call the civil rights movement, that'll always be culturally rooted in being Black in this country. Everyone outside of us knows that, but because other things have been thrown in, other people promote their own agendas within ours, someone comes along and believes that their agenda somehow trumps our culture. Our culture will never go away regardless of who tries to use it, who tries to benefit from it, who does benefit from it. It doesn't negate that the fact culture still exists within Black people. We are promoting it, we live it, and those who reject it, you can only assume that they don't want us to embrace our culture, that we don't know what our culture is. Yes, Black culture is inclusive. Yes, you can throw your Eminems, your Mac Millers, and all the white people you can think of. While you at it, throw Barack Obama and Kamala Harris in there. Okay, everybody's not going to agree that they're Black, but you have to understand that in this country, they fall right up under politically Black culture. And because that woman's the vice president and he was just the president 12 years ago, Black culture ain't going nowhere. It's just what we don't like. We just don't like what we see in terms of Black culture. You got it, man.
Thank you. So let me just say this. I thought I was gonna have to screen share on the first round, but apparently not. I don't even have to bring out the wheel quite yet. What I'm gonna say is I wanna remind Taz what the debate is about. It is Black culture dead? We're not asking him if Black culture exists or not. He keep doing that, and that's not the debate. I think Black culture exists. I'm gonna say that again. I just think it exists in a self-destructive state. When we asked the question, is Black culture dead? He gave us a history on Black hair. I just want everybody to take a moment, maybe 10 seconds to think about that before I go to my next point. That his whole spiel was, I like Taz, he's a great historian, all right? But this ain't a history debate. We're trying to prove, do the current culture that we call Black culture produce life or death by its fruits, all right? And we don't need history lessons quite today for real. You know, we just need to understand something. Is Black culture dead or alive? Now, let me answer that question real quick. He brought up a bunch of groups, and all of the groups that exist basically today, like when we say Black Lives Matter, he showed Kaepernick, he talked about Black Panthers. All of those groups exist to resurrect a people that has fallen, to resurrect a culture of people who agree that we have lost our true identity, lost our true native tongue, and lost a lot of knowledge about ourselves. And that is how you destroy a people's culture. Whatever we're left with today, we can't fully call it our culture. We will have to call it a mutated remnant of what used to be our culture. But we just can't say that it's producing life in the state that it exists. Now, let me continue to say that he brought up Obama, Kamala Harris, and some more people in power to prove that Black culture is still alive or hasn't gone anywhere. And that's what I'm saying, that Black culture is a circus act, if we want to use that example. Black culture is a mockery that's going over our head if we even bring up Obama in a conversation about Black culture, all right? And he don't even identify as Black, by the way. Also, he brought up a lot of activities that we perpetuate, like protesting, marching, and different things, and et cetera. But perpetuating activity does not prove a living culture. We perpetuate these activities because our culture is dead. We know that we have epidemics in our community and all kind of crises that we need to deal with as a people. And I think that we would be lying to ourselves to say that our culture as it stands today is fruitful in bringing us life, which is why I want to stick to the debate here. Is Black culture, right, alive or dead? We got to look at the fruit that it produces. And you can't run behind the word subculture like I know he's going to try to do and like he tried to do, because the truth is, right, that you can't call black culture today modern black culture or subculture. It's a mutation of a past culture. And black people got to admit something. This young black generation today, they got a different culture than what we had. They got the drill music and all of that. You know why? Cultures mutate. They don't stay the same. The youngest people in that culture will redefine what that culture is, which is why each generation, the culture mutates. I want to say that that's not even natural in our natural state. Our culture wouldn't mutate. People preserve their ancestral ways for hundreds of thousands of years when we study tribes and stuff like that. But what we see is that black people culture is not preserved. It's more of a trendy type thing that changes every generation to where our elders can barely relate to our youth because it's a totally different mutated expression of this same culture. And we can't call that a subculture. We got to call that the current expression of black culture as it stands today. And black culture was different back in the day. Cultures change, like I said, but I don't think you can say subculture to explain away or even to attempt to argue back at the title of the debate, which is black culture dead? Because if you say black subculture, and if you say, well, he's saying black subculture is dead, but black culture ain't dead, now we playing a semantic game. So I just wanted to highlight on that for the people before that even happened. All right, so I think that on my next round, I probably bring the wheel out, but I'm just kind of working my way into the argument. Salutes to everybody in the chat room. I'm going to pass it back over to you, Task. You got it.
Okay, yeah, nothing's dead. Okay, that's completely not the argument. And again, I'm on topic. I truly believe you're running at this point, but it's perfectly fine. We'll continue. So culture doesn't mutate, it evolves. Okay, it doesn't mutate, it evolves. And when you say it's not preserved, it's because you ain't preserving it. See, considering that I'm preserving it and I'm planting those fruits, I'm watching them grow. You ain't planting nothing. So what would you know about growing or anything? This is an evolution. What I'm showing you is an evolution. See, in the 1800s, Paul Laurence Dunbar was writing about the cage bird singing, and then, well, Maya Angelou wrote about the cage bird singing, and then, well, she talked to Tupac, and Tupac took her ideology of Still I Rise, and, well, maybe since you're a musician, you can continue the culture. But again, you would have to want that culture to continue. See what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what black culture is going to be in 15 years. So we would have to lay out what it is we would want it to be and continue to perpetuate the culture historically, which is what has yet to be done historically. No one is looking at the history and perpetuating it. That's why people don't really want to deal with this as the argument that we're having. We're literally not off topic. I need you to understand why we're having the debate in the first place. Do you know what our culture is? The fact that women were writing books in the 1700s and they still writing them. Okay, literature is part of black culture. It ain't dead. It ain't gone nowhere. And every subculture within is alive. You're somehow using a destructive argument, and I'm gonna wait till you get your wheel out and show me the destruction, because I'm showing you the other parts of black culture historically and then bringing them back to today too. I didn't just talk about hair, although I'm sure you do get haircuts and people that are listening do too. I'm sure women here go to a beautician. So I can't be too far off because we've always done it with hair. Okay, you and I'll say it again. We don't like that this is Black culture. You know, acting, movies, specific movies like Roots and Black Panther, movies that I don't like, movies that I would never tell anybody to watch. That doesn't make it any less cultural because Taz doesn't like it. That's what you have to understand about Black culture, because we or no one else, the mainstream or anyone, does not control Black culture. It'll be up to the future to determine where this fits into Black culture. And we're supposed to be teaching where it lands, understanding that we wouldn't even be talking about it had it not landed right in our laps, had people not brought it right to the forefront. See, when we start talking about Black culture in terms of belief systems and spirituality and stuff you really can't see, like the shape of the earth. How about looking through tarot cards? How about praising Jesus? It's all the same to me, fam. You can't see it. You just believe it. That ain't culture until you start talking about Black people. Our culture is rooted in a lot of belief. It's wide awake. I don't mind telling you. It's just time to wake up from this religious culture. I mean, all of them. Because see, again, I'm showing you real culture, but because you think culture is something you can tell people that they can't even see, you think that's culture. I'm showing you actual, historic, factual data that can only be considered Black culture by any historian watching this right now. Okay, Elijah Muhammad, any pastor you can name, Voodoo, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, we know the history of these people leading the Black community to nowhere. And so, yes, when I start talking about Obama or Kamala Harris, no, I'm not friendly to the idea that they're Black, but America is going to tell you that they're Black. America is going to tell future generations that they're Black. It's up to us to perpetuate the culture so people will know, making it seem like I'm not showing you the information right in front of you where the mainstream benefits from that. That I don't understand that. This is not my idea to make them part of the culture. Okay, it's not my idea for HBCU culture to be bands and fun and kicking it and chilling. Nor is it the fact that Robert Smith and Oprah Winfrey are donating money to them. I don't care about no boule. I don't care about any of that. This is a historically Black college and university that they throwing money at. And since it's Black, that means it's not dead, dying, on life support, or nowhere near. Because people throwing money at it, Black is still in full effect, ain't nothing went nowhere. And because there's a agenda to stop it, we have to understand why we must continue to try to put the culture out here in front of you. I'm not telling you something that I can't show you. You know, Q Butter, right? Don't. Okay, it's no different than pointing at a school in the 1880s. Okay, you have to change what you're doing if you don't think the culture is alive and well and kicking it. Because there's a long history of that culture, and obviously it's going to require a history lesson for you to see that the culture is alive and well, and you might not like aspects of it. One last thing to go here, right? Let's talk about agriculture, right? Don't we just need to drop everything and run and become farmers if we want to improve the numbers on Black farmers? You know, take us back to a time where we were doing the farming and we were the agricultural giants of this country. See, if you don't want to be a farmer, I don't see how you can tell someone that should be their culture. There's still a Black culture of farming. If you don't want to be a part of it, I don't think you should speak down against it by saying it's non-existent, because I don't want to go farm, but I know some people that's farming. I'm not going to sit here and knock what they're doing and say Black culture is dead when agriculture is just another aspect of that culture that is well alive. You got it.
Okay, let me start off by showing old black and white pictures of farmers that was farming back in the day when every Black person was a farmer because we was slaves and we was on fields damn near, is false proof that we're still farmers today. Everything you doing is going back in time, and what you're looking for is past historical things, right? And I'm looking at our current state. You pulling up old literature. I'm using our current state, right? You brought up flat earth. This ain't a flat earth debate. And you said that I'm pushing that and people can't see that. Then you promoted Elijah Muhammad and the NOI like people can see Allah. You promoted black religion like people can see Jesus. This is gonna be an easy debate. I hope you know that the moment you brought them out. You say a culture doesn't mutate, it evolves. Guess what, bro? In our case, toxicity brings forth mutations. All of the changes in our culture have been due to a toxic state and a toxic environment that we in. Therefore, it makes a mutation and not evolution. And I'm going to expound on that more. And just here in a minute, I'm about to pull the wheel up. Now, you say I'm not preserving the culture. How would you know that? You don't really know me other than YouTube, so I ain't going to go personal with you like you did on me. What it is, Chaz, I'm not identifying with this culture because it's a self-destructive culture as it stands in its current state as a collective, and bringing up Why the Cage Birds Sing by Maya Angelou ain't gonna take away the fact that drill music is the current state of our youth as a collective. And we can point out a few people like Q Butter, like you always do, but the fact that we can't point out nobody different every show shows that, you know, we can't be riding off the back of a few men trying to make it like the collective is doing what Q Butter doing when Q Butter can barely get support from his people, and he say that all the time out of his own mouth. Now let me say this real quick too. We're talking about the collective, black culture being dead as it stands as a collective. He bringing up old farmers, hairstyles, Barack Obama, Maya Angelou. Man, let me stop. But anyway, bro, Why the Cage Bird Sings, I almost died with that one. But I'll say this, right? He said that people throwing money at black culture, and that's proof kind of like that black culture is still alive. No, man, people are exploiting black culture. They are vultures, and that's proof that it's dead, because these vultures are eating on its corpse. It's some white dude that's getting rich off of all of these young black drill rappers that's talking about smoking op packs, while all of their families' houses getting shot up and they dropping like flies every day. I'm watching the news, man. It's crazy out here, and it's getting worse. So I'm looking at current situations, and you looking at old black and white pictures of black farmers and Maya Angelou, Why the Cage Birds Sing. Also, when I talk about black farming, what we got to realize is that agriculture is a culture within itself, and that don't have nothing to do with skin tone. Agriculture is just agriculture, no matter who does it. But when we talk about black culture, we being specific. Everybody can put a seed in the ground, but not everybody can manifest black culture unless you're a black person. And if you do, we'll know that it's phony. So that was a dumb move right there. But let me go ahead and pull this wheel up and spank you a little bit more. So the crazy part was you brought up Farrakhan, NOI, and all that. That was crazy, right? But I'm gonna put you down on. I'm gonna cut you a break on that, bro. I think that you said a whole bunch of nothing that had to do with the title. You keep forgetting what the debate is about, and you want to get a little personal. You want to make it a flat earth, globe earth debate. But I'm mopping the flow, proving that black culture is dead in its current state. It's not producing life as a collective to our people. It's more producing destructive. Now, I hope you stick with the title when you get the mic back. Let me start on this wheel real quick. Here's a culture wheel, not an emotional wheel. I'm not dealing with emotions. I'm dealing with what I see among my people. And now I'm gonna walk y'all through this wheel. We can start on any one of these boxes. Let's start at the arts. When we talk about the arts, let's talk about music. It's the current music that the youth are listening to in black culture, is it self-destructive or is it producing life? Be real with yourself if we want to change something. All right? I think that this culture need to be resurrected. I think that this culture needs CPR, right? It needs mouth to mouth. And I don't think nobody need to be telling that dead man he's alive. I think we need to be trying to resurrect them instead of us bringing up religions like the Nation of Islam and Christianity with false resurrections. The only resurrection I believe in is I believe in my people that we can resurrect our situation up out of what I call death culture. Because your argument is that it's life culture. And buddy, I think that's a flawed, and that's us putting our head in the sand, not want to deal with our current state. And if we loved ourselves, we would tell ourselves the truth that hurt, but it's still a set you free. Let's get to the wheel. When we talk about food and drink right here, guess what? The number one cause of death in the black community is heart-related diseases. And guess what those diseases result from? The way we eat. I know this because I'm from the South. Even my grandmother passed from a heart-related disease. So this is very common shit. You can look at the statistics yourself. This is part of your culture, your food and drink. And part of my culture as a collective is we eat a lot of stuff that ain't good for us black people. Anybody showing up to this debate saying, no, we eat healthy. We eat, no, bro, see, that's now you just trying to win a debate versus keep it real. I wouldn't have took this debate if I was Taz, because ain't no way y'all can't see the truth in what I'm saying. Our arts are GMO. Our food is GMO. Listen, I'm just at the arts and the foods. I ain't even went to values yet. See, and you can pull up a few specific people, but I'm talking about black culture as a collective, right? We can even go to our traditions and rituals. And you know what? Some of our traditions and rituals are very self-destructive, right? Look at knowledge and stories. What's some of the knowledge and stories that constitutes current black culture? Well, when I came up in the Bible Belt, like you brought up, the black church is part of our culture. Some of the knowledge that came from that church was that a white man can save me and that a white man walked on water and etc. I'm not going to claim that as black culture. I'm going to claim that as black self-destruction. These are the things, see, we confusing our indoctrination with our culture. Like you brought up the Nation of Islam, you brought up the church, and that ain't our culture. All of that shit come from foreigners, man, Middle Easterners and white folks. You're claiming your indoctrination as your culture, and you want to know why I don't identify with it. Because I don't identify with the indoctrination. Well, I think we'll find our true culture once we strip away all the indoctrination. Our true culture will be buried beneath it. But I think the reason we can't find our true culture because we embracing the indoctrination that these folks in power gave us as our culture. And we become attached to it. And you even admitted that in some cases, yeah, I don't agree with it and I don't like most of the shit that I'm pulling up that I'm saying is our culture, but it don't make it less of our culture. Shit me. If I don't like the behavior and pattern of what my people doing, we got the right to cut that cancer out of our culture. If we want to call this self-destructive practices our culture, at least let's resurrect our culture by cutting the things out of it that we don't need, because no one's culture has everything in it that's productive for that culture. There are things within our culture that the enemy put there for our downfall, and we embracing those like our culture and wonder why we can't get ahead. So when you brought up religion and all that and identified with it as black culture, and you got to keep in mind, you open up the door for an easy win for me. And furthermore, right, I think that you're making a big mistake, brother, because everything you brought up, you even admitted I may not like some of this stuff, but it's our culture. Guess what? There's nobody else that I met when I traveled around the world in the military that was embracing things in our culture that they didn't like. I don't even see the Hispanics, nobody else doing that. They will shun those things. In other cultures, if it's something in that culture that they don't want in there and that they don't like, they don't just put their head in the sand and say, well, it's part of our culture, even though I don't like. No, that's part of your indoctrination and an attack on your true culture. And we can't find our true culture if we just gonna fucking blatantly accept the genocide, self-destruction, indoctrination as our culture. And when I return, I will get back on this wheel to spank him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be pretty easy. Salutes to the chat room on both sides. I'm gonna yield the flow. Salutes to the brother Taz too, man, for the debate.
Yeah. So here's one of the slides I showed earlier. Everything I showed wasn't about something previous, but I mean, I know it's hard to keep up. I mean, because you go from now you want to cut the cancer out and it's not part of our culture, to forgetting that at some point you're going to say that you're addressing drill music because it's part of our culture. I thought we both wanted to cut the cancer out and there had to be an acknowledgement of the cancerous parts of our culture. What it seems is that you don't know anything about Black culture other than the cancerous parts, and receiving the knowledge and education you're receiving today, you're just simply rejecting it. Okay, that means I should continue, right? So as I was saying, again, let's take your concept of the culture wheel, because this is what I just did while you were sitting there trying to insult me. I couldn't believe it. Because the concept of religion wasn't promoted by Taz. Go back and listen. Religion would be a tool that our people value. Taz don't value religion. You're not listening well, or maybe you're trying to prime an audience. I don't know. Go back and listen. But according to your culture wheel, in what I'm saying, you just simply agree, but try to figure out a way to say you didn't. Okay, so here's religion on your culture wheel. It's a cancer we need to cut out. What exactly are you debating then? Because you don't necessarily disagree. I'm listening to the language you're using, but you're not understanding what a subculture is. So I knew I was gonna have to teach you, so I'm here to show you the different subcultures that fall under Black culture, right? This is why you didn't prepare anything, because you thought I was sweet, okay? Now pay attention. I don't have to hide under subculture. I'm trying to teach you something. These different subcultures, street niggas don't identify with Aboriginals, who identify with Christians, who identify with Pan-Africans, who identify with Hebrew Israelites, who identify with Christians. All these people are different Black people, okay? They're different Black people because they operate within their subcultures. Okay, it's perfectly fine as a Black person to operate within your subculture because we've historically accepted each other as Black, no matter what subculture you operate within. That is our history, and that's why we call it Black culture, whether it's Pan-African, Aboriginal, Black American, or any of these umbrella subculture ideological terms that are being used. See, I watched the money get made on YouTube dealing with all the subcultures, but nobody just wants to say all of this is Black culture. You're ducking from what Black culture would actually be, because drill music would only fall under what, street niggas? You think 807B8 is promoting drill music? How about Hebrew Israelites, Christians? See what I'm saying? You take a small portion of you add another subculture when you're talking about drill music. Don't worry, I'll get you there. But first, let me tell you a part of the culture I like, a part of the culture I embrace. See what I'm saying? You wondering why I'm showing you Maya Angelou, right? Because I'm showing you her to show you that I'm not just showing you things I disagree with. I'm showing you also things culturally that are Black that I do agree with, that I accept. Like Josh Gibson, like the history of Black sports that goes all the way from a Josh Gibson to the Big Three. See what I'm saying? That history matters That's black culture, not just sitting on your couch watching basketball, but understanding how long historically this has been. And when people running around crying false tears, maybe they don't know black people was playing professional baseball in the 1880s. Maybe they don't know black people was playing professional football in the 1920s. In a lot of ways, athleticism, sports, and dominating white people on a football field or a baseball diamond is exactly why culturally you'll see us put above them in their own circles. This is why you'll see the entire Major League Baseball wearing the number 42 every April, because of Jackie Robinson, what he's done to the game culturally as a black man, which qualifies for us as black culture. You're gonna see this every April. Okay, so black culture could never be dead. Therefore, you need to understand your argument was flawed from the beginning. It's not me who doesn't understand it. You have the flawed argument. I'm gonna take you back as far as I need to get you to understand your issue with the intellectual argument I'm making. You can't discount Jesse Owens from black culture and then run the drill music. Are you kidding me? I mean, just think about what you're trying to do, and think about historically how if you write everything off and start today with drill music, maybe that's why they're drilling, because they've never gotten these historical lessons and understanding of what black culture is. Maybe that's why you're so disconnected from what I'm showing you, because you don't understand black culture within sports. It's something I knew I would have to show you just so you understand. So let's talk about where you at with it, right? Drill music. See, I was prepared for you, right? I'm here to help you, dog. The culture of black music is an umbrella, just like I told you. Again, we're gonna have to move into a subculture way down into drill music, right? The most recent form of black music made. You telling me we supposed to overlook every type of music and every type of piece of the culture that's that came from it and focus on drill music as our culture? Hey fam, you'd be better off just focusing on drill music being a problem, and I stand with you. Once you start trying to negate black culture based on drill music, and that is the foundation of your argument, do you realize you're only talking about some youngsters and a few old heads? You ain't talking about black culture. You're talking about a small group of people who like that music, and then another small group within who might operate within that. Okay, because I don't listen to opera, because I don't like jazz, because I ain't going to the Broadway shows, because I ain't in a church choir, because I don't do spoken word. That mean this ain't black culture? Think about what you're saying, because I'm here trying to help you intellectually with this argument. Our culture ain't indoctrination. You run into stuff to try to indoctrinate while I'm showing you historical facts. Anything on this screen I can show you the black history of. It's just the mere fact that you're ducking the history, which is what the culture is rooted in. If you ain't got no history, you ain't got no culture. And so that's why when you say, what is the current state of our youth? I can agree, but that ain't the current state of our black community. That's just the current state of our youth. And unfortunately for you, we are not debating our youth. We're debating black culture. Okay, understand, even black culture ain't the same on the opposite coasts, even gang culture, another subculture of black culture. But because niggas gang banging, we supposed to say this is our culture and then stand by it? Of course not. That's the point you were trying to make. But what you fail to realize is Taz understands that there's a difference between O Block and Crenshaw. You know how I know? Because I've been to both. So there's a complete difference between these two, and you can't intellectually bring these two together unless you're talking about their skin tones, who they are. They're black men. Other than that, they from two different coasts, operate two different ways, doing two different things, and could never even come together in a cultural argument, but they still black. We have to understand what subculture is before we even begin to talk about drill music, because you're way down there, right? In Chicago, drill music is the reason why Lori Lightfoot saying the city is all messed up. You got gangbangers down here getting blicked up. Okay, in LA, they meeting with the mayor. It's a difference. drill music ain't even being handled the same way in the two different places they are because the culture amongst the two is different. We only talking about culture, fam. And I only know the difference because I've done the content myself. Again, your negative understanding and results that I agree with doesn't negate this being the culture. And again, we're gonna have to understand that this is a black male culture. Like we need to keep women out of drill music until women start like actually doing drill. Can we name 5 women drill rap? I'm just saying, this is more of a black male culture. It would need to be broken down into another subculture because this ain't women doing this. This ain't women going to jail on Fed cases and getting shut up in the middle of the street and doing music videos at the graveyard, pissing on niggas' graves and all that, fam. It's not. That's black men. But see, if we just talking about black music, nigga, fuck drill music. If we just talking about black music, we should be talking about Rosetta Tharpe. How about Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder? See, I'm gonna keep you in the past and move you back forward. I don't mind talking about drill music. Yes, it's self-destructive, but when you say cut the cancer out, go ahead and cut it out, fam. That mainstream you talking about, they'll put it back in. You know, like they put bling bling in the dictionary and validated and verified a lot of this. Yeah, it was up to us to make sure that ain't cool. Maybe I didn't do my part. Maybe I was running around here saying bling bling too. Okay, they validate some of this, and then you make it sound like it's indoctrination as if we don't know that already, as if we don't see that. Okay, the culture itself is not indoctrination. Our acceptance of this at the time, doing it was the indoctrination that we accepted. We was cool with it. We was chilling and bling blinging. It was all okay. But see, now that we're supposed to know better and see where drill music is going, we're supposed to be talking about it with a cultural understanding that it ain't just drill music. Okay, there's a lot more to hip hop. You'd have to go way down to the bottom to get the drill music. Man, salute to E40 for his dictionary. You know what I mean? You don't hear people talking about the things that the hip hop game had done. That was kind of positive. You know, it's kind of regional. Niggas in the South might not care about what E40 has done with a dictionary. You know, black men in New York may not care about E40 slang on the West Coast, but that's, again, my point. It's all black culture, ain't it? Oh, and shout out to Q Butter, too, again, man. Like I say, man, Jalen Rose got a school, too, though. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just Q Butter. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it just ain't enough of us. You know what I'm saying? So, again, if people want to teach and get into that, we'll see more black culture pushed and perpetuated, but we ain't seeing it right now. And that's my argument. You got it.
So I want to point out right off the bat why I think I got this one in the bag. Y'all got to keep in mind, all of the sources that he's showing and the people that Taz is showing to prove that black culture ain't dead, they're dead. He's showing me pictures of Jackie Robinson to run away from the current state that we in right now, which is the recent state of our culture is summed up in drill music, trap music, and the culture ain't being expressed the way it was during the time of the people that he's showing, because those people dead. That time is gone, which is why we often say, I wish the young guys today was born in that time. Maybe they'll be different. I hear a lot of older heads saying that. It's not producing men anymore. That's exactly what constitutes death. Hold on for a second, Taz. I'm having a tech issue. Can you hear me? Mic check, 1, 2.
I hear you.
Hold on a second. Everybody in the chat on my side, drop a 1 if we're rolling still. Hold on. I think I may have dropped out. I hope not. We don't need no internet problems today. Drop a 1. Okay, it's cool. So like I was saying, if everybody Taz pull up is dead, he proving my point. He put up Q Butter and Jalen Rose, and he talked about E40 dictionary, but he's still missing that this debate is about black culture as a collective, and he's pointing out singled out events. And then he looking at me like, why ain't you pointing out singled out events like me to show these little good things? Why you keep pointing out the cancer? Because I'm going to tell y'all why. If I go to the hospital with cancer in my stomach, and somebody and a doctor say, we gotta cut this cancer out your gut. Just say my uncle say, well, he don't got no cancer in his feet. Who cares? That's what Taz doing. I'm pointing out what a cancer is to prove that we have not addressed this cancer, which is why I say the culture is dead at this time. It ain't producing life, because many cancers equals one death. And you know why this cancer is getting ignored? Because of what Taz doing right here tonight. Every time I bring up the future, he bring up the past. And the past is gone. That's dead. Them dead people. You proving me right. That time is dead, bro. Wake up. You in 2022, Jackie Robinson and all them ain't around no more. You trying to say that the reason these children is doing drill music because they don't know about an old black dude that swung a bat at a ball? Maybe if these young black boys knew about Jackie Robinson, huh? Maybe if they knew about Jesse Owens, they wouldn't be killing each other, man. That's bullshit. Maybe if they had better opportunities. You think that you're gonna solve a systematic problem with a history lesson? What a goddamn shame. We need a future lesson. We need a future lesson. Now let me get back to my wheel here in a minute. See, because what he's doing, he's showing what others are not doing to avoid what we're currently doing in our situation now. You know, he's showing things like Jackie Robinson, Nation of Islam, different scattered out individuals that's doing stuff as if I'm downplaying that. I'm not. He the one said we need more of it. You know why? Because as a collective, our culture ain't known for building schools at this moment. Our culture, and we got to deal with what we doing today, because the debate is about is black culture dead, not did it used to be dead. So why are we pulling up stuff that we used to do? People that was actually doing stuff. Why? You proving my point. We can't find that currently today that's showing black people as a collective producing life out of their culture, helping one another. Like you said, we need more people doing that. You wouldn't be saying that if this culture was alive. Showing me a bunch of old athletes in the past doesn't prove that our culture alive. It proved that they had niggas chasing behind balls a long time. You want me to get happy about black people dominating sports? I'll get happy when we dominate systems. You want me to get happy about a Michael Jordan or a Jackie Robinson? I'll get happy when we start owning more teams. I want to see us in a skybox and not on a field. Muhammad Ali can barely speak his name before he died. All of these NFL players dying with concussions. You know why? We think like slaves. And the slaves only want to be on the white man team and think that that's some kind of cultural attribution for his culture, when everything he do benefit his enemy more than him. And he want to know why I'm telling him we're ignorant and we're dead as a people right now. You're proof of that with the arguments you making, brother. Let me keep going. He said that I'm negating black culture. And first off, before I deal with that, let me deal with the fact that this man did give us a lesson about drill culture, and he's not sticking with the title, which is the current recent form of black culture, self-destructive of life-giving. He agreed with me. He said that, yeah, you keep bringing up the newest form of our culture to overlook the old ones. He's a big-ass liar when he say that. I will never overlook the old culture when I open up my show with Luther Vandross and Patty Tendergrad. Listen, if you follow my show, I just opened up the old show with all the old school music. I love to listen to neo soul. It was old heads saying, Brother Sanchez, that's before your age. What you know about that? I know a lot about it because I love my culture as it used to be in antiquity. I don't like what it's mutated to, and you're trying to ignore the fact that it's mutated while admitting that drill is the current expression of our culture. You saying that's a small group of people, but dog, the young generation is always small. That don't negate the fact that every culture's younger generation defines its current state. A culture's older generation don't define its current state. Our culture is redefined every generation, and if we don't like what we see, then we need to do a better job with our children instead of point out to where the cancer ain't at when I point out where the cancer at. Because you would die if you did that in a hospital. People think I hate my people. You think I'm cooning. You think I'm negating black culture for pointing out the cancers all the time. Why would I point out the part of my body that's doing good? I'm diagnosing the people. That means I'm only looking for what's bad like a doctor. I would like it if my doctor said, hey man, your health doing good, but I'm really going to him to tell me what's going bad. I want my mechanic to tell me what's going bad so we can fix it. And we can always get better and better if we do that. But if every time I point out the cancer, somebody say, man, you need to point out Jackie Robinson. No. If I say, well, look, we got a cancer today with Lil Durk, but wait a minute, let me tell you about Maya Angelou. If I say, no, let's talk about Chief Keef. No, let's talk about Jesse Owens. And you know why our future is doomed? Because we hide behind our past. Ouch. And by the way, we're approaching the last couple of wrap-up rounds, my good brother Taz. I didn't even go to my wheel on you. I'm going to spare you a little bit. I'm starting to feel a little bad, like I'm a bully or something. I'm a yield the flow.
Yeah, I'm confused. I mean, you're making it sound like you the one who put up O Block or FBG Duck or any of that. Okay, you shared nothing other than trying to make your crowd believe you said something important. What you didn't do was prepare, and that's the sad part. Okay, again, I haven't even shown a picture of Jackie Robinson. You're intellectually incapable of following what I'm doing, okay? I didn't show a picture of Jackie Robinson, and you started this round off claiming I did. So you already lost. You can't even keep up with what's going on here. I didn't even show a picture of Jackie Robinson at all. I showed you all of the MLB representing him and keeping his legacy alive, which I was telling you is keeping that culture alive. And yes, they're still playing baseball like they did when he played. It was a thing called the Negro Leagues, where they played a lot of baseball in the black community. And it used to be one of the best things in the black community historically. But again, that used to be part of the culture in the black community when Jackie was playing. Just because that part of it is not omnipotent right now, where you can look around and see black baseball players, that don't make it any less part of the culture. That's why they're celebrating Jackie and you're not. You're attempting to laugh him off while saying, I ain't laughing him off. Okay, listen, I get it. Because you're saying we need a future history lesson, right? Or a future lesson, right? You want to play God. You want to be the pastor. I don't promote religion, so I see through your need to teach future lessons. Anybody can teach a future lesson. It's the unseen. You can hope you get it right, and well, maybe we won't even see the time you're speaking to. How exactly does speaking to the unseen help anyone? You become Minister Farrakhan. Okay, I didn't promote religion. I don't know what you heard. You would need to go back and listen. But somehow you told a group of people that are listening to us that I was promoting religion when I said it's within our culture. And then the point I was trying to make about believing in the unseen, you come back talking about a future that we have yet to see. Okay, today the white man, the enemy, I heard you. I understand. So maybe we should see more life-giving content from you about the enemy, right? I mean, I ain't making it personal. I'm just saying you kind of went there when you said Teddy P and Luther and made it sound like that was antiquity. Listen back to what you said. You actually said that you like when our times was in antiquity because you listened to them too, not realizing that. Don't you know neo soul means new soul? And I don't know what we're doing here, but you running from the points. And so it's fine. I'll show you other cultures, right? I'll show you other forms of culture because somehow I knew that you wouldn't get it, okay? So here's culture when it comes to food. Because again, I'm explaining to you that Black culture is alive and well in the South, it's alive and well in Chicago, it's alive and well in New York, and all of those are different cultures. It's alive and well, it's all different foods, people like different things, and then all of this somehow comes together and becomes Black culture. I don't understand why that's becoming a hard concept because maybe we were talking about people. Okay, now we're talking about food. Where do we get the understanding that I'm just simply giving you multiple examples of what culture is? Not just what it used to be, but what it is and how it's always been there. And maybe it's our lack of participation in it. Right? If you can't readily identify her, but you can identify Martha Stewart, you failed the culture, not Taz. That's what I'm here to make sure we understand, that the culture that we do have that you said is dead, it's not dead. It's people like me keeping it alive, making sure we're passing forward Black culture. So the Black Martha Stewart, as some would call her, well, she'll be remembered. Okay, understand this is culture. We're talking about food now, right? See, again, we write off Aunt Jemima, but that's part of Black culture. Okay, that's not something you can write off because you don't like it. That's an actual person. That was a Black woman. There's no need to write off her history because you don't like something about it. That's not culture. Just because you don't like a part of it, just because you don't like that she was a personal chef in the White House, that means she don't qualify? Or I'm just showing you a person? I'm not showing you the culture, and I'm not showing you that the culture actually exists all across the board in many different ways. There's so many nuances, and they apply today. I'm not just in history. I've done this with every time I've had the microphone. I'm today and I'm history, because that's the culture. And if you're not perpetuating it, you don't want no parts of it. And that's fine, but let's just acknowledge that and let's just not call it dead when it's not. Okay, our culture in regard to food should at least be acknowledged today, since you don't want to acknowledge some of the people and their achievements. Black literary achievements should be acknowledged, but you don't want to acknowledge that, man. At least acknowledge Frank White, man. Don't be like the rest of YouTube and ignore the content, right? Go watch my video about Frank White, a chef. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody knows Frank White from Biggie, Frank White from a movie, but you don't know about Frank White, the actual Frank White. You know, again, you get written out of history. Don't nobody care that you were an actual person. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't matter at some point. It don't make sense how unfair this has been to the culture that you don't feel you need to help push it. How is that? You're part of the culture as soon as you decide to do something to help perpetuate it. Saying it's dead does not help anyone moving forward in regard to the culture being resurrected. You claim you want to see a resurrection, or this is for resurrection, but that would require you to do something to help resurrect it. You know, like, how about Resurrection Day? The original Memorial Day. You know what I'm saying? Black people, you know what I'm saying? Black soldiers specifically. This is where the culture around Memorial Day came from. How could, again, you call these things dead when what used to just simply be Black culture is now American culture? Juneteenth is American culture. They didn't steal it. It's still Black culture. It's just being acknowledged the same way Opal Lee wanted them to. But again, if you don't know anything, you'll just sit back and say, man, these culture vultures, man, the culture dead, man, they stole the culture, man, they can't do shit but benefit from it. And ain't nobody running him out of it. So we would be sitting here sounding like crybabies because the people within the culture he's operating within, they let him operate. I ain't within that culture. I ain't a musician. And if you're a musician and he's operating within your culture, then he's dancing on your head. I could care less about this white boy. I'm sitting back acknowledging that he's benefiting off of black culture, and the black people within the culture he's benefiting from, they don't care. Okay, if you got black people within social media benefiting from black people, let me know so I can go to their channels and try to destroy them. See what I'm saying? This is how I view it. I don't believe that you can just sit here and act like you don't see what's going on with black culture. People can try their best to appropriate it, what's new. Other groups doing it don't make it any less our culture. It just means we ain't protective of it. It just means we weak, we giving it away, we don't want it, we don't respect it, and whatever power or meaning it did have, we've given it all away. I'll never not acknowledge Juneteenth as black culture. I don't care what Joe Biden or anybody does with it. Opal Lee fought for that. Opal Lee wanted Juneteenth to be a holiday. I don't care about these arguments y'all make. It's up to us we have to pursue better information than just this unseen futuristic belief system that we'll be okay someday if we complain long enough. No, it's going to take some levels of education. And old ladies like Opal Lee need to be acknowledged for her fight in this. Okay, again, I just need us to know it's groups and organizations that's doing that. That's why I showed you 100 black men. They're in operation today. I ain't just hanging out in history. There you go.
All right, so at this time, I'm gonna make the closing argument. And if Taz want to, we can start letting people one at a time come up and weigh in if that's on him, no. But I'm gonna go ahead and make the closing argument here to what he's saying, and we can start letting you guys get ready, guys. So what Taz doing is talking about, I don't want to acknowledge this person, I don't want to acknowledge that person, and that I'm writing off this person and that person. I'm just sticking to the title. Is black culture currently dead or alive at the moment it stands? You still want me to acknowledge historical people, and I have no problem doing that. My argument was that I'm done acknowledging everybody you want me to acknowledge. I still win a debate because that ain't got nothing to do with the title. The title is black culture dead or not? Not do I acknowledge black people in the past or not? Let me point that out. So memorizing names in history won't give us liberation in the future, all right? And if you think it will, then there's a lot of Christians that memorize Jacob, Isaac, Peter, Paul, and it ain't gave them no future liberation. They looking in the past to find glory, just like you doing, And when you talk about that, I'm doing I made a pseudo type statement by saying that we need a future lesson. You're wrong, bro. A future lesson is called a strategy, a plan. And that's why we dead, because everybody else plan ahead for the future. Some people plan ahead hundreds of years, and we keep talking about the past, brother. We behind. Time, and that's why everything passing us by. Now, when I speak about us having a future, zooming in on our future, that's called planning, bro. That's so sad that you didn't get that. That's tragic, bro, that you didn't get that. It's scary. You know, you said we can't see the future, and I just shook my head. You know why? We can't see the future because we don't plan it. Seeing the future ain't no magic. It's a group of people sitting down asking themselves, where do we want to be in 50 years? Let's vision it in our head. Now, how do we get there? We'll never have them kind of conversations because you want to talk about historical figures all the time and acknowledging historical figures. Every Sunday they acknowledge a historical figure named Christ, a historical figure named Buddha, a historical figure named Clarence Carter. Whatever historical figure you acknowledge, I don't care about that. It's cool. I think you need to acknowledge your historical figures. But we're at a time now that black people have made an economy out of selling history lessons. they have not profited enough to decrease this generational wealth gap. Our culture has been exploited to the point where I can honestly say it is dead, and we will not resurrect it without saying it's dead, contrary to what you believe, saying it's dead won't help. We think our culture is alive and well when the vultures are picking off the flesh off the skeleton everywhere you look. And they wouldn't be able to do it if this culture was alive. Vultures can't feed off a living culture. You failed today to talk about a living culture. All the day you did was give us a history lesson. That ain't what the debate was about. And just remember, brother, I'm not writing off none of those people, all right? And you brought up black food and all that, and I ain't discrediting none of the farmers. We gotta eat, brother. The name of the debate is black culture dead or not. Not do I acknowledge historical figures, and you zooming in on food a little bit too much, and it ain't really going into, I mean, you talking about food, but I think you should be talking about life, because I'm talking about death right now. I'm talking about a culture of people collectively right now who's producing more death to themselves than life. And then you're talking about food and historical figures. And I don't think you're talking about what you need to be talking about, because if the title is If Black Culture Dead or Alive, your whole arguments today should have been telling me how it's alive versus giving me history lessons. Because if you even if you telling the truth in your history lessons, which I'm not disagreeing with everything you presented, you showing me that it used to be alive, not that it's currently alive as what? A collective. That's the thing, a collective. Now listen, this is gonna be the closing argument, guys, and we finna let y'all on. I see you in the chat room here. And let me make sure this everything. Oh yeah, another thing. When I brought up Teddy Pendergrass and all them, that's just two people, but I listen to more. This neither here nor there, though. But I was just saying that, of course, there's way more aspects of our past culture as it used to be that I like besides them two, just on some other shit. But I just brought them two up to be quick because I'll be here all day. I got to be honest, I don't like the current expression of this culture. And I think the current expression of this culture stands the way it stands because it's not standing, it's laying down, which is why it says dead. You brought up Juneteenth. You talked about this holiday. I don't acknowledge no holidays for real because I'm just a non-holiday person. I don't participate in festivals. What I would say is I will make it a holiday when black people liberate themselves in America. And then I'll make it another holiday when we liberate ourselves on a worldwide level. I think we celebrate too early, and and I think that we need to make a new reason for a new holiday. I think that the holiday that I'm just not in a holiday spirit anymore as a black man in America. And I know that we do a lot of great things, but again, I'm looking at my people as a collective, and I'm waiting for that, because a holiday is what? A holy day. And I don't really think these days we living out in America are too holy. They some wicked days, man. I see a dude get shot damn near every day on the news, even during our holidays that we say so holy. So I'm in a business of really creating a true holy day versus being a pagan type festival person celebrating when I ain't nothing to celebrate in this wicked ass world. Give me a reason to pop the champagne. Give me a reason to deem it a holy day. Whether you mean to tell me that 10 black dudes ain't kill each other today, then yeah, that's a holy day. Or when we start to turn this thing around, I'm not against my people. Guess what I am? I'm very critical of our performance right now because time ain't on our side. Now, at this time, I'll conclude. And look, I want to thank everybody for coming out with the debate. We let Taz open it. He went, I went, he went, I went, he went, I went. And so that's 3 rounds, and that wraps up the debate. And now it's the time that we let the people weigh in while it's fresh while you got the arguments of both sides fresh. If Taz is all right, I'm gonna drop the link if you don't mind you guys weighing in or whatever. Then I can definitely, if he have a little time, we can get you
Yeah, go
guys.
ahead, man. Go ahead.
Hey Taz, good debate, man. I think that on both sides as well that they can still take something from both of us, no matter who they think won or not. And I just want to say that sessions like this between me and this brother is a step in the right direction as far as saving our dead culture. Let me bring you guys up.
No doubt, fam. Good shit, man. No doubt.
Hell yeah, man. And I got the link posted on my side, and you know what? I'm gonna post it in your chat room too, and you can pin it in case some people on your side want to call in. Now, the only rule that I got for the callers is to keep the love at a high level. Don't be messy, right? You can give your vote and say who you support and why and all that, but let's not be divisive though, because me and this brother, I think, had a good, energetic debate, and I have another debate with this brother, man. But yeah, we want to be respectful to the people on my side. We ain't disrespecting Taz, and Taz, to the people on your side, if you'll let them know, you know, no disrespect to neither of the debaters. If this is step in us actually being the example that me and the brother was talking about, whether you agree with me or him, but actually being respectful, no name calling and all that will help the community be more unified. Let's practice what we preach. Let's display the energy that we want to see in our people as a collective. And this is for both sides of the chat. Do you agree with that, Taz?
Yeah, hell yeah. We good, bro. You already know.
For sure. All right, I'm going to start letting people on one at a time. And I'm going to do ladies first, of course. So if you're a lady on the call, get ready. Get ready if you're on a call. I'm going to also do a poll in my chat room as far as who won the debate. Good idea, Taz. I see you putting the poll out there. Let's let the sister Lee Soto on.
I was literally typing it when you said that.
Yeah. Salutes. Hey, y'all, don't type your answer yet because we're gonna don't type who you think won yet on the poll. I'm about to put it out on my side to the people on my side because we see you typing. Hold on. If the sister Lee Soto is on the call, salutes to you, sister. You can unmute and go ahead and speak to the people. Thanks for joining. Lee Soto, you want to unmute? And Sly Sleepy, if you beat her to the unmute, then you can go ahead. She probably just getting ready.
Sorry, I'm actually at work. I do want to hear on the call if that's okay.
Okay, for sure. Sly Sleepy, you ready for it? Yo, how you got?
Y'all. My mom was talking to me.
Hey, Taz, how did you get rid of the yes or no and just made it to where it's just names?
Oh, just type inside the box. Just type inside the box where it say yes or no at.
Oh,
like,
I got
just
you.
click inside there to disappear.
All right, for sure. Appreciate that. Let me get the next callers on. The first two callers ain't ready, man. I don't know if I'm gonna come back to y'all. Let's get the OG Leo on, cause we go with ladies first, but we also going with OG next. Y'all gotta wait. So salutes. And when you get your mic ready, OG Leo, you can go ahead and speak to the people. Welcome back.
Yeah, grand rising, everybody. Much love, much respect to everybody. My point is that you won the debate. And my point is that, you know, anytime a person forget about slavery and forget about another person conquering them, you know, our culture has to be dead, because he never mentioned slavery. You know, he never mentioned how we were supposed to be conquered. You know, how they put us on slave boats and we supposed to have some kind of superior, you know, about that. You know, you want to debate. That's all I got to say.
Wait, let me get something clear. So you're telling me that I was supposed to tell you that slavery is part of, because to me, slavery would be a negative part of the culture. It would weigh in where drill music is. He should have been talking about slavery, right?
I say you should have been talking about it because you're trying to show how
you can't tell me what I'm trying to show.
How we're such a great through this American experience. They supposedly brought us over here on boats, brother.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Yeah, this wasn't
pissing
about
and shitting over ourselves. What part of great is that? Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so this wasn't about how people got here, though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're into your belief systems again, which is what I showed within the debate. So I probably triggered you, which is why you up here saying that dumb shit. You don't want that smoke. I watched you like I just watched him.
Can I say something real quick,
bro? Like, for real, bro. You ain't, man.
Hold up.
Y'all have a good night, man.
Hold on. That's just the first caller. Hold up a second. Let me say this real quick. Let me cut the camera on. Me personally, I've seen a lot of debates, and one thing what I recommend me and Taz do, and we can say this on both sides, is let the people on both sides call in and speak their mind, and we're not gonna debate and antagonize the callers and the judges. They just calling in. Cause look, it's gonna be callers from Taz's side that call in and say, man, the GOAT mopped the floor with pseudo Sanchez. And I'm gonna have to sit back and just take it. I ain't gonna debate them because I debated Taz today. Even though I don't agree with their thing, I'm not here to debate the callers. They just get the right to call in, enjoy the show, eat their popcorn, who they think won, and, you know, just give them a little slack, Taz. Because, you know, the person that say I won today, on our next debate may say, look, man, Sanchez, Taz got you on this debate. I didn't vote for him on the last one, but he got you on this one. They just voters. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Cat, Sanchez, my bad. I ran him off the panel, man. I'm out, man.
Wow. Hey, well, let's talk to brother Moses. I'm thinking that he probably had a call or made a mistake. I don't see him running just because one voter called in and voted against him. The way that the debate shows go, the people call in and they say who won. Now, the first person called in said me. I guarantee you Moses probably was going to vote for Taz. I'm just guessing. But salutes to Moses. Yeah, so
Brother Sanchez, real quick. You know, that point about the slavery, isn't that a part of our Black history?
You know, that's history, but the debate was about our current state as a collective, as we dead or alive, and that's how I think.
And I say we did because of the slavery.
Okay, and you would have a point there too. I see the point in that as well. What I'm having I'm really confused. I know Taz ain't run. Hey, Moses, can you get in touch with him? Because I think it's probably a tech mistake or something, because this is just the first caller, man. We got plenty of people.
He was out. He said he was out, bro.
Oh, that's crazy. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I could get in touch with him, but
okay, well,
I know the network, the B1 network is in a position where debates like this, we could pull off the meat and leave the bones. And there was a lot of information and context that was actually shared. And I think that's the real takeaway. After these debates, both audiences can say, you know, this person won or this person won. But if we do nothing with the information that was actually shared or even the contentions that were debated, then that's on us once again. And so I would also say thanks for actually having me up here, because it's been a while since I've actually been able to join one of your panels.
Yeah, and I also would say in a salute to you, Moses. You know, you always welcome. You always been a brother that has been, you know, very respectful to all the brothers in the community. We know you be one all day, and I think you're a good, mature representative for that whole network. Me personally, I'm just gonna say that. Let me move forward here. Let me bring on some more people. You welcome to stick around, Brother Moses. What I was saying, well, yeah, Taz is still live. Yeah, so yeah, I think he just having his own little after call panel. But I was putting I was putting the link in his chat so that all the people can be mixed together in one spot. Like how I think that him leaving with you up here ain't a real good look. He's showing all the behavior that I want, if you ask me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you think I'm right. Now, of course, the people over there in his chat room gonna be an echo chamber. They gonna, it's you know, people worship, right? But all the behavior that he showed shows that I won. I'm willing to stick here and have all the voters call in. He's not, he ran. That's a forfeit.
When you say won, what are you looking at as how you judge a debate? Like what? Like how do you measure the winner?
One thing about this debate in particular, I think the measure is quite clear, being that I stuck with the title of the debate and he did not. He did what he do best. He gives great historical lectures. But today we were talking about the current state of our people. Is it one that produces death as a collective, or one that produces life? That's what the title is. That's all.
So was it the comparative analysis that you didn't really like or favor in his approach?
He didn't make any comparative analysis, and I don't even think comparative analysis was necessary when we asked the question, is black culture dead or alive? If you're a black man and you define black culture from your experience, what do you see outside in your community every day, life or death? Which one do you see the most? I see more death. He brought up religion. That's death culture. That's a bunch of people having a funeral every Sunday. So if we talk about our culture being dead,
but even if you saw a funeral every Sunday, Brother Sanchez, that's 6 more days of life that you may have missed. It doesn't prove that the community or the culture is dead because you reject the 6-day notion for the 1 day of funerals.
No, what proves that the culture is dead is the fruit that it produces. Let me ask you a question. Right now, he agreed with me that drill music is the most recent expression as of now of our culture. Well, you think that drill culture, as it stands, as the way black culture is being expressed by our youth today as a collective, right? Do you think that culture is producing more life or death to our people? That's how I determine.
Oh, yeah, insignificant. I think drill culture would be actually producing more death if they're, you're looking at Chicago, but that number is small in comparison to the life that's being created in his example. So he used education, which is the transfer of information, and basically the transfer of information is a cultural reference or an actual measure of culture, is our oral tradition. If we won't argue that black culture, it does incorporate the oral tradition and then literature as well. I think he did a good job of pulling that forward in his comparative analysis of saying, well, from the definition, this is what culture means. And then finding some of those areas of synergism where we have culture, black culture.
But yeah, and you just proved that I won a debate.
How?
Because the debate was not about us defining what culture means. The debate was about us proving whether our culture as it stands is dead or alive. You're making the same mistake.
So let me do one more then. Hold on. Wait, Malachi. One more, last one.
Hold on.
It's been a while, Brother Sanchez.
I'll let you go, brother.
All right,
I'll let you go. We doing good right now. We going back and forth pretty good. I think you're doing what he doing, making the same mistake, saying a bunch of stuff that don't relate to the title of the debate, which is why the people saying I won. Because I'm making solid arguments to prove that the way that our culture expresses itself right now as a collective is producing more death than life. You can bring up the little spotted out things that he put up in his presentation to define what culture is, but he never proved it was alive. I know what it is. That's what I was telling him. We don't want a history lesson.
All right, so the second part then. In a debate, both sides usually present their argument. Therefore, the rebuttals can go both ways. You introduced this topic and said that you would be using the 9-wheel as your way of explaining how it's dead.
One thing I would use, just one. I use a lot of more things too. That's just one of my tools, but yeah, go ahead.
So outside of your 9-will source, do you believe that you did a good job of explaining the 9-will source as one?
I think that I did a good job of using the culture wheel to support my argument that our culture is dead. For example, I pointed out the section that says food and drink, and the number one cause of death in the black community is heart-related diseases, and that's because our people eat a lot of greasy foods and stuff. And that ain't a part of our culture. That's a part of our indoctrination, but we keep embracing it as our culture like Taz was doing, and that's what I don't like. No, wait.
But wait,
wait. You gotta let me close here. He's embracing our self-destruction as our culture, just like the movie Soul Food. And they kept eating messed up even though after grandma died. I'm proving that this is not our culture, it's our indoctrination. We call it soul food, but it's slave food. He kept bringing up food, but that's just one example. I'll give you the mic since you are ready for it. Go ahead, man. And be patient, brother. Yeah, we got you. Take your time. I'm holding a lot of people on hold just for you because I ain't saw you in a while. Salutes to Brother Moses, man. Drop that bomb for him.
The other area that I would look at in sharpening up the argument is when you say self-destructing. So there were like three things that actually, if I could close out, there would be three things when I looked at the debate from your perspective where I was lost in your position. First, you said you're not saying it doesn't exist, you're saying it's dead. And then you used it exists, but there's vultures around. Vultures do.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
The culture vultures are evident.
No, I didn't say that.
Word you use
no. I got no. You actually hold on. Let me correct you, brother. No.
Also seems like
hold on, brother. Let me correct you. What I said. It'll only take 1 second, unless you want to. I can do that easy. What I said.
I just got all three of them out. Now we're good. Go ahead.
What I was saying was the fact that the culture has vultures prove it's dead. Vultures eat corpses. That was my point. I don't know how that's going over y'all head. Maybe I should quit being poetic. Anyway, I got to see what Malachi got to say. Malachi, I'm going to let you go. Moses, you free to stay. You hadn't been here in a while, and you represent the B1 network. So if you want to stay here to represent the network, I think you're doing a good job, man. You're very professional.
B1 salute. Yeah. Thanks for having us on. Another hell of a collaboration. I saw damn near about 1,000 in there. So these type of collaborations actually work, and I'm realizing that we can't always have the debates or the like we're on the yard, like we're on the basketball court or we're at the barber shop. I think today was a good example of us being able to get it in without it having to escalate to those levels. So once again, salute, I respect you all. You got one of the most dangerous chats on YouTube, so I definitely salute that I didn't get killed off on this bad boy. I am still alive. All right, bro.
And you know what? The reason I'm saying that I wouldn't mind if you stick around, Moses, because I'm pretty sure a lot of my people gonna call in and vote for me, and they should, because I mopped the float with Taz. It wasn't even a close debate. But I want you to be here to be the voice for Taz, who forfeited and ran away. Let's go to John G. Oh, excuse me, Malachi, you got it right now.
Yeah, man, I wish he didn't leave. I mean, because I was gonna give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? It ain't proper decorum to be just debating and leaving like that because you're upset. But I was gonna give him his flowers on. I'm not saying he won. I'm saying I was gonna give him his flowers because he did well with his preparation for his his points. But I mean, he gave me a good history lesson. I mean, I'm glad that he reminded me of some of these great achievements for Black culture, but it had nothing to do with what's relevant to right now. So I had to give you the 100%. You won this debate because I mean, I didn't hear the points of right now, and you can talk about drill music over and over again because it's relevant. It's relevant to right now. So I mean, attacking the point that you bringing up drill music is not a point because you bringing up something that's relevant to right now, and that's all.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely appreciate that, Malachi. Salutes to everybody calling in. We want to hear your voice. John G, are you ready for the mic? How you doing?
Yeah, yes, sir, man. The good debate. I like the show, man. That was wonderful topics I had going on.
Thank you.
at first I was like, I was listening to y'all debates. I couldn't, y'all dialogue was great. I have a question for you. Are you saying that that the culture has been dead from the beginning? When was it alive? I'm just curious to hear when your dialogue on when it was alive.
Yeah, he didn't give any dialogue on why it was alive. He gave us a hair lesson. He told us about O-Block and a bunch of more stuff. And his chat room over there stroking his ego, and they all voted that he won, which proves that this YouTube shit is just some cult following shit. But yes, that's crazy.
That's the only thing I didn't like. He had some topics. It really was a history lesson. I felt like he should have brought up the present. If he was going to debate the argument, he should have brought up the fact of what's going on in the present. Have something to delegate towards what's going on now. And said he was giving history lessons of what happened in the past that's not really relevant now. So I had to give you the debate. Hats off to you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, that's an easy vote. I know it, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man, for real. I appreciate y'all. I know for a fact, like, his folks ain't voting honest. That's just his facts, but we know how that go. But yeah, salutes to everybody, man. Big Mac, you ready for it? You got it, sir. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Well, a couple things, man.
Mm-hmm.
Couple things. Number one, I don't think we should do the whole, like, if you feel like he won, then it's a cult type of thing, because that's YouTube. And any channel you go to. Yeah,
that's just how it is. You right.
Yeah, so the other thing, have you ever lost a debate?
Not that I don't think I ever lost it, man. Listen, I just don't think I ever lost a debate. I'm undefeated.
Well, see, that's the issue. Like, you lost this one, and you lost it alone. It wasn't, Taz didn't even have to say anything.
Okay.
Because I don't know, for whatever reason, why you don't understand that even the negative aspects of the culture equals culture. So you can't, like, you lost just on the title of the debate.
Well, no, that's why I say I won. We weren't talking about proving what culture is. We were saying, is culture alive or dead? And if you can only point out negative things about our culture today, and when you want to point out whether it's alive, you got to go to the past, that's proving that I won, because you ain't showing me today as a collective life-giving things of our culture. He even admitted to me that I'm negating our past by just focusing on these young generation right now. And what I'm saying is, we're negating the young generation by focusing on the past. See how this worked? That's what I was telling him. He think I'm negating the past. Listen, this is what I'm saying. You're trying to prove culture. That ain't what the debate is about. It's trying to prove is the culture dead or alive. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all making the same dumb mistake. Right, I don't see how you miss it.
A dead culture would be a culture that doesn't exist. So
no, brother. No, that ain't true. That is not. That is. Let me show you, brother. Let me show you something. Let me show you something, brother. Somebody that don't exist versus somebody that died is totally different. In order for you to die, it's 'cause you exist. This is fucking crazy, bro. Like, don't even argue back. Hold on, wait. Let me finish. Let me finish what the fuck I'm saying, brother. Let me finish what I'm saying, and you got the flow. Now listen, just pay attention to what I'm saying. I gotta die one day, brother. You know why? 'Cause I exist. If I didn't exist, I wouldn't have a death. There would be no death I gotta face. Because the debate wasn't about if the culture exists or not. It was about if the culture is dead or not. If we're gonna argue if the culture is dead or alive, it got to exist. It got to exist. If somebody say, is Bro Sanchez dead right now? Is he alive right now? It's because Bro Sanchez exists that they having that conversation. And they want to know, is he living right now? What's his current state?
Don't you realize you arguing against yourself?
Like, no, I'm actually mopping the floor with you. Okay, let me say this. I agree with you. I realize I'm arguing against myself, and I'm gonna go to the next caller. Taz, Warren, you right. I'm arguing against myself. I'm gonna go to the next caller, brother. You right,
So
man. Thanks for bringing us
ego
there.
that important though? Is the ego
No,
that
I
important?
got a whole line of people like this, and
that you can't even grow and accept like simple facts.
bro. Then
like,
I just
the
say
fact
that,
is, you arguing.
brother. What I'm saying is, you're right. I see what's happening right now. You gonna ignore the fact that I'm right? Okay, so I agree to disagree. Next caller. Simple. I ain't here to debate callers. I already.
I see.
Okay, let's go to the next caller. You're right, brother. Okay, we got you.
Stupid.
Right. Troopy, whenever you get your mic ready, you got it, brother. Salutes. Troopy, whenever you got ready for it, you got it, bro. Diadeck.
I'm about to mute the stream. Hold on. My bad.
All right. Diadeck, let me get a mic check from you. Diadeck, you ready for it?
Microphone check 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got the flow. Welcome, brother.
Oh yeah. Taz won it. Too bad he didn't segue into what we at in this present day. But I understand his sentiment when he was talking about the past, such as the food, ain't your mama, and things of that nature. Because if you look at it today, right? Yesteryear.
No, we ain't letting the callers give lectures. We just letting you vote.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I vexed you, Sanchez.
No. You good. I'm just saying, if you do
I'm not
that,
giving a
go
lecture.
just give your vote and tell me why he won, and then I gotta go to
I'm
the
telling
next
you
person.
why he won when he
got
give
you. You got it.
Right, when he gave his reference on the history. He won on that one.
Okay.
He won on the fact that he brung up, I think he brung up fashion. If he didn't, that's a fucking shame.
Fashion and hairstyles, he did bring up those two.
Right.
Okay, we pretty much get it. Yeah.
Hold on. Can I tell you how the man won? How? Because he didn't segue it. Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, and Moet. You understand? Dapper Dan.
Where you going with that?
Virgil Abloh. Function versus fashion. Okay. Timberlake boots. That's a function. Hunkies don't wear Timberland boots for fashion.
I don't know
we do.
where.
Again, triple fat goose.
Okay.
Again, you lost. You lost.
Right. Thank you, brother.
Terribly. Yeah, now kick me off, nigga.
No, I ain't kicking you off. I'm just finna let Troopy go. You can stick around. Man, let me just say this too, guys.
You love doing that shit, nigga. So I had to rush that shit up.
Man, let me get this dumbass dude out of here. He talking about I lost, nigga. If I was you, I'll be losing. The way you and Taz and all, y'all niggas need to take some pills. The black man need therapy. I didn't agree with Charlemagne at first, but you motherfucking niggas need therapy, bro. Like, god damn, you acting like somebody paying you to be on here. You doing this shit for free, going that hard, my dude? Like, I'm feeling good right now. I do this for a living. My people support me, bro. Like, I'm living my best life. Y'all dudes bitter and miserable. You can tell. You can feel the energy in my chat room versus his chat room, and his people versus my people. Y'all a bunch of bitter motherfuckers. A bunch of motherfuckers that really need to medicate. You need therapy. The black, let's get it assigned. We need therapy. We need therapy, black folks. Charlemagne was right. Troopy, you got it.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Yeah, I think honestly, man, you won. That's not to like take no sides or nothing, but when y'all talking about if it's dead or alive, he brought up a bunch of cases, and it was like it wasn't. The cases he brought up wasn't even enough to say that it was ours to begin with. You know what I mean? Like I went back. He brought up Black Panther and Roots. He said that's black culture when that was given to us, and it's not ours originally. He brought up Kamala Harris and Obama and Oprah. He brought up Juneteenth, which niggas did not create. That wasn't our idea. He brought up tarot cards and Jesus, which ain't ours. He brought up a bunch of shit that ain't ours, and then put it on to the black community and said, yeah, that's y'all shit, and it's still alive. When it's not ours. None of that shit he named was ours, except Jackie Robinson and Marcus Garvey, which Marcus Garvey wasn't even our shit. And Jackie Robinson was just swinging at a ball the whole time. Like, I don't know. And to say that, and to say that's what's keeping black culture alive is hella weak. That's not even substantial enough for it to be an argument on if it's dead or alive, because all that shit dead than a motherfucker.
Damn right. And that was my argument, and I proved it the whole night, and he never proved how it's alive. He gave us history lessons on hair and fashion. And Diadek actually came up here saying how he won because he talked about the history of fashion, hair, and bro, Diadek even admit Taz did not deal with the present day. And if he didn't deal with the present day, ain't no way he won. Because our argument was based on where we at right now presently, which is why I say I won, because he only dealt with fashion, hair, and history lessons on food and agriculture. Get the fuck up out of here, man. This dude is crazy. This dude brought up an old-ass black baseball player and got mad because I misnamed him Jackie Robinson by mistake. And when it don't take away from my argument, whether you said Jackie Robinson or any other old school Negro, and the niggas like to bring up the Negro leagues. Every time you point at our culture, it's some athletic shit. It ain't us building systems and governments. We're victims of systems and governments, and we brag about dominating football leagues and shit. Think big. Goddamn, these niggas over there, boy, tell you the whole B1 network is a distraction, and I don't see it's proof of another group of people that are miserable, bitter, and ain't getting black people nowhere. Like, if you gotta understand too, if Taz is your leader, that your people already got some anger issues and shit. Like, it's sad, bro.
Yeah, he simulated Juneteenth with it, and they ain't trying to come with June. I ain't started really hearing about Juneteenth until right after they killed George Floyd, and that wasn't even really a thought to become a federal holiday. That was more so like an I'm sorry from the government. You know what I mean? That's not some shit we deal with. And then he brought up tarot cards and Jesus. Like, we created that shit. Like, that was just a part of who we are. And I don't know, man, to say tarot cards, though, that's like a very demeaning, you know what I mean, to like who you call your people. Like, how you gonna bring tarot cards though? Like, that's on video that he's using tarot cards as a cultural aspect for black people. Like, that's crazy.
And people going with it. Like, this is my thing. Anybody in the B1 network and not correcting this man is proof why we can't compete in the future. We got a idol-like mindset. Like, just what you just pointed out there, right? Somebody should have, corrected him on that. Like, look, this is fucking pathetic right here, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Taz really did a horrible job, man. He did a horrible job. Chief, you ready for the mic?
Yeah, I'm ready, Sanchez. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, I would like to say, like, this debate was like one of them old Mike Tyson fights where like niggas paid like $80, $100 to watch pay-per-view, and then Mike Tyson just obliterated in a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say Taz, you can tell that the man is passionate, but he was basically debating like past achievement of a so-called sub-black culture understanding, and you was on point, but we didn't even get a chance to see like what all you got. It's like one of them Chinese fights where you just walked up to the opponent and just wow the neck, and it was just done. Like, I think it was a kind of unfair, and I think that he need to like take a step back and like critique his understanding so he can like just be able to explain his point But as far as being on topic tonight, as far as this debate, he didn't do that. So with that said, I give it to you because I mean it didn't take much. You didn't even show the only picture that you showed was the picture that you showed yesterday. And you want to debate with the same shit from yesterday. So just like you said, you could have just y'all could have had this yesterday. So with that said, keep striving, Sanchez.
Yo, it's
Yo.
reality. Hey, reality, it's reality, otherwise known as Sir Fibonacci Esquire in certain circles, otherwise known as Sly Sleepy Foe, all that. And I just wanted to jump on here real quick to say this. And I had a few points when it came to that debate. I love Taz's argument. I like how he didn't get all emotional while he was doing the debate, but immediately, as soon as it was over, he ruined that. So I got to take that point back. He did say a lot of great things. I don't think that we should discount stuff from the past as part of our culture, because what he really did when he made a great point, he was like, we the ones still promoting the culture. We the ones still keeping it alive. And if you know anything about manifestation or, you know, creating the world that you want to live in, and Bro Sanchez, you alluded to it too, when you say we think in terms of the future. If we thinking in terms of the future, then we have to affirm ourselves in the present. So we is keeping the culture alive. The culture is alive because that's what we want it to be in the future. And that's how you affirm yourself present tense. You don't affirm yourself in past tense or future tense, because if you affirm yourself in future tense, and it's always going to be a tomorrow thing, I do it tomorrow type of thing. You did win, Bro Sanchez.
I want to say I agree with you that we shouldn't discount the past, and that's why I kept agreeing with Taz on that too. His whole debate was trying to discredit me for discounting the past while me pointing out the cancers in the future, which is why I say, look, if I had good health in the past and the doctor telling me that I'm dying today, I'm dead today, I'm hooked up to a breathing machine, right? And the doctor talking to my family, he's saying he's basically dead, man. And my mama keeps saying, well, he used to be so healthy. And the doctor want to talk about this current state I'm in versus when I used to be healthy. Taz didn't show up and show that the culture is healthy and producing life today, which means I won. I knew he would fail to do that. He came to get y'all emotional, play the black card, black pride, historical information, Roots movies. He put up Black Panther and the Roots movie. I'm surprised his people didn't unsubscribe when he did that. Like,
I got you, bro.
Right, but yeah,
you did win. Let me say a couple more things before we keep the mic moving, because like it didn't really mean, you know, it wasn't that deep for me. I felt like it was a good sparring session, and normally I don't like care who win or who lose. That's more like for, and I'm finna get on your chat because they is heavily toxic. Your chat just like his chat. It's an echo chamber. And these niggas don't got shit better to do.
But let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. Let's say this. Let's say ain't nothing wrong with an echo chamber as long as y'all repeating the truth. Do you think we got the truth over here? If you say I won,
I think you got the truth. I don't think the chat all the way there yet. And that's what I was trying to say. And ain't nothing wrong with tarot cards, Troopy. Actually, I would claim tarot cards because tarot cards is a great way for you to express your intuition. It's like, I would love to claim tarot cards. This is why I'm finna do some research to see who really made them, because it's like an intuitive path. It's like you channeling your own like special powers. There's nothing wrong.
But see, that's what I'm saying though. You liking tarot cards don't prove that it's part of our original culture. When we research who we originally were as a people, we didn't get into mysticism and tarot reading and all that stuff. We were just people connected to the earth and nature. But yeah, so I mean, you got to think about it. To make a tarot card, you got to chop down trees. And our ancestors said, we wouldn't dare deforest a whole area just to make some newspapers and tarot cards. Our ancestors would laugh at that kind of culture. They would say that's death culture, because you need the trees to breathe, but you tearing them all up to make Bibles, tarot cards, Qurans, and he actually brought up that stuff
like that.
Yeah, that's what he was bringing up, all that, like the Nation of Islam, the Black Church. I'm like, bro, that's death.
No, you definitely won, Sanchez, but it was close. It was closer than you think it was.
Well,
I just have to tell you that.
according to the chat room, they saying that I won by 74% versus 26%. So I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna keep it in mind, but I'm gonna have to go with 416 people that voted with the poll though. But let me see what everybody else got.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, salute
That
to
was a
you.
good one.
I appreciate that too, man. Sleepy, that's good analysis. Let's go to I think we got JP. Salutes, brother. How you doing?
Sanchez, I appreciate it, big bro.
All the time.
Already, man, tapping in from Texas. But look,
much love.
So on some real stuff, man. So I kind of came in a little bit late when I got to the debate, and he had just finished his, his historic lesson and all that. And I was really feeling what he was saying. You know what I mean? I was really kind of like, okay, I want to see what Bro Sanchez gonna come with. And I don't know, maybe you had killed him so hard in the first round because you had came back with some, oh yeah, man, I'm mopping up the floor with a whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And so I'm like, okay, well, what he gonna come with on it? And on the second round, I don't know, man, but that third round you killed him though. I mean, that was a straight knockout. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to real talk say, you know what I'm saying, no favoritism, you definitely won. But he got some real good points. And I think the weirdness of the debate was the simple fact that he was going with, and I think what he won some of the around with was the simple fact that Black culture is alive. Now you were right as well, and I'm gonna say it's alive because this bitch is twerking, is niggas doing this, is you know what I'm saying, it's alive. But to your credit, you know what I'm saying, it is killing us. It's alive and well, and it's doing. I mean, ain't your mama still being used on my pancakes? You know what I'm saying? So it's alive for sure. But to your credit, it's killing us for sure.
Yeah, I don't
and so
think,
that was the weirdness of it.
Let me ask you a question, and salutes to JP. And what I like about my people, they say we're an echo chamber. JP didn't sound like an echo chamber. And that man,
not at all.
He been subbed to me for a while. That bro said, man, look, he got you on it. That's what I'm saying. How y'all saying we an echo chamber? He think I won, but he still said, bro, he got, yeah.
Man, I ain't trying to cut y'all, but I will say there's some people in there that I started to want to get on their ass in the chat that was so far on your nuts that I was about to say, man, get out that nigga nuts, man.
But here's my thing. I'm gonna tell you some real shit.
But let me not try to get on your chat. I'm sorry about that.
But here's my thing. Brother Moses joined. You ain't gonna say he was on Taz nuts?
I think he came at an angle that I was listening to him. I mean, he had some stuff in there as well. But I mean, he came to Taz's defense, no doubt about that. I'm saying from what he came with was knowledge. They was just coming on some just mockery, buffoonery. You know, it wasn't everybody at all.
But listen, when
it wasn't the overwhelming
I got
majority.
You ain't got to do that.
I just wanted to get.
Here's the point that I want to make. When people mock me like they doing in his chat room right now, that don't mean that they riding my nuts. That don't mean that his people riding Taz nuts. You notice I don't talk like that. You notice Taz talk like that. All of them folks, negative, bitter people talk like that. I don't use a lot of he riding your nuts talk. You know, I don't tell.
Real talk. And I feel you on that.
Because the way I look at it is this right here. If his chat room over there being dragging my name, I can say, man, them folks do that to everybody, whether they riding his nuts or not. Them just childish people that like to drag motherfuckers. Because we clearly said before and after the debate, Black people, we need to be mature. No matter which debater you agree with, name calling and all that shouldn't be tolerated. But the fact that you will see it on both sides prove Black culture is dead. What I think dead is that a people that ain't mentally progressed like their competition. That qualify you as brain dead. You at a stunted growth state. Stunted growth equals death. There's no way around what I'm saying. The behavior that we give off as a collective, even in both chat rooms that you pointing out, it proves my argument over Taz. See, every time I point out our fuck shit like what you just pointed out about my chat room, and I can point it out about his. I can point it out about drill rap. But when I pointed out about drill rap, they say, well, Taz do got a point because he brought up some history. Ain't nobody bringing up the times in the past where my chat room was acting good to my opponent. No, they looking at what my chat room doing right now, which is acting childish, and that's what I did with my debate. I looked at what we doing right now. I could have brought up points in the past and said, well, they didn't disrespect this debater and that one like Taz did. But that ain't what the debate was about. The fact that we keep pointing out all the things right now that's fucked up, ratchet, and evil proves why Taz can only point out the good shit in the past. You pointing out the fuck shit right now, JP. Right there in my chat room, and I can go to his page now and we can see the same. And you want to tell me this culture is alive?
Yo, can I chime in real
I
quick?
feel you, man. Hey, salute to both y'all brothers, Sanchez. You know I'm always hold it down, G. I respect you to the fullest. Y'all boys hold it down, man.
Yeah, salutes to the brother JP. That was a real spill. Salutes to all the callers, man. Y'all keep the energy going. We got Jason Shorter next on the mic. Thank you for joining.
What's up, bro, Sanchez?
What's good, my brother? Thank you for calling in.
I do agree that Taz didn't win because for the main reason you said, he didn't stick with the topic, right? But I disagree with you on what black culture. I don't believe drill is our black culture. I don't. I was in the military like you, Sanchez, for 10 years, 8 active, 2 reserves. I've been to 48 states, 7 countries. Yeah, it is a lot of death in our community. There's a lot of bad things happening in the Chicago's, your LA's. But guess what? One of your people that took your side made a great part, he said ownership, right? Black people are starting to own stuff, bro. I'm from Mississippi. My family owned, to me, what's the most important thing to own in this world, and that's land. We own 300 acres. We own 300 acres of land, bro. We produce, we grow food, and we raise cows and hogs. That's ownership right there. And from my travels going across the world in these 48 states, bro, we still have a lot of black families that's raising husband and wife, raising their children, getting degrees, and owning things. So when you talk about drill, that is not my culture, bro. Drill, all that gang banging in the streets, all of that stuff it do go on. I still think it's the majority. It's not the majority. I do not believe that's the majority of what's going on in our communities. But it is bad, and we need to do something about it. I agree. I'm up here in New Jersey right now visiting my in-laws, right? I just left Queens, Harlem, and the Bronx. All of that. Yeah,
let me ask you
bad.
something. You don't think that deaf culture ain't the majority of what's going on in the black community?
No, because I believe if we put up statistics, we still got a lot of black families that's holding it down.
I'm talking. I ain't disagreeing with none of that. I agree I even agree with you about black folks is starting to get land. But you know, the white folks was starting to get land in the 1700s, and the fact that we starting to get it in the 2022, a person can say, man, they dead. Cause think about it. If a team is starting to win, like the Cleveland Browns, they just started winning. Somebody can say, cause they was dead for a lot of years when nobody checking on the Browns. They just started coming up. And so my thing is I'm acknowledging the start. But what we're doing is we're starting to resurrect a dead body. And when we do that, people can't be vultures off of us. If brothers do what you doing, if they get land and do all that, that's being independent. The people, we have a problem of parasites preying off of us. And the only way vultures can do that is if you're dead. That's what I'm saying. Them vultures gonna go away if that body start healing itself and resurrecting. That's what I was trying to tell that brother. Now, I do think that violence, fighting, shooting, and all that is the norm in the black neighborhoods. I disagree. I think that shit's the norm. And everywhere I go, yeah. So
I agree with you.
That's why
to me, it's the norm.
It's
for
deaf
me,
culture.
Because of everywhere I've been, it is the norm when you're talking about your Chicago's, your LA's, your Miami's, your New York's. Yeah, you're right. That is the norm. But that ain't to me, the New York's, the LA, that is not all of our culture, and that is not
that ain't
all
the
black.
argument. The argument is see, once you say it's normal, I win a debate, because
Okay.
the reason is once we normalize fighting, killing, shooting, now we've just created death culture. Anything you normalize is your current culture. That's your normal behavior. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
So
normal to
what
you.
I had just said, you say when I normalize, because I was talking about the Chicagos, the LAs, and all. So when I normalize that, you saying that is my culture.
What I'm telling you, your culture
Yeah.
is the things that are normal in your day-to-day activities and traditions. And if you're saying right now, fighting and pulling up and shooting and ratcheting that is right now, if that's normal in black culture, it's because it's so prevalent that it ain't then bizarre to see. There was a time where it was bizarre to see a black man spray up a whole house in a drive-by. That wasn't normal. Now, if you hear a black gang doing a drive-by, we like, okay, man, what's the next killing? It's normal. It's in our music. It's everywhere. It's normalized. So when death becomes normal, I can safely say we're dead.
If
Understood.
I can also piggyback. Like I know it's kind of fucked up to say that the killing and shit is like normal, but like even when like a lot of black families do go and like get their own land or like being a part, it'd be like white cops would be like, what you doing out here? You know what I mean? Because it ain't normal for black motherfuckers to be owning land like that. You know what I mean? We with the bullshit out here most of the time. So that's all I want to say.
Let me try it. I was gonna say real quick, man. I feel like Sanchez would, just because when I think about it from all aspects, shit just seemed like it's not beneficial, or in other words, it's dead. Like, man, you go to sports, you look at it. Black people ain't invent these sports that we so called dominating, and white people is owning these teams in these leagues. You look at the relationships, they falling apart. The marriage is falling apart. You look at the music, no more soul music, mostly sex, drugs, and killing in the music. You look at the churches, less people going to churches, as if church was ever good for our people in the first place, if you want to call it that. Then you just look all around, look at prison. All of the people in prison, you look at the abortion rate, you look at all this shit is dead, man. Like what could you really say that you look at hair. I mean, shit, we did have an afro, but that shit dead. Ain't nobody really trying to rock no afros, and that was the signature hairstyle that we had. So what's going on for real? Like is people trying to ignore this shit or what? What's going on? Because we just got through from talking about everybody was making documentaries on how all our leaders failed us and all that shit. So now all of it just changed or something. What's going on?
Dang, great point. Both you and Sanchez. That was a good point. So I understand that now. And that is my dream, man. My dream is and I wish all the entertainments and athletes would get on board and start buying up land where we can start back building our communities and having families, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just me alone and just Sanchez alone and a few other of us just buying up land and doing our own individual thing ain't gonna cut it. And that is my dream, is for us to get more ownership of land and start building our families back.
Hello?
I'm done. I'm done. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if I was frozen or not.
Yeah, I thought we was too.
Just think he walked away.
Shit, you could look at the food too. If you want to go to the food and say we got culture with the food, a lot of the food that we got, we had adopted from slavery, the fatty foods and shit like that. And that the food is killing us. So like, I mean, I ain't really trying to praise that shit either.
Right? That's why I said once we embrace a culture that don't embrace us, that's why I call the death culture. If your shit's dead, everything that represents the death, he calling it culture, like religion. He bringing up sports. Like before we were athletes, we were nation builders. And you telling me we should be proud of the swap off? That's what I'm talking about, glorifying moving backwards, glorifying death. he even failed to realize that seeing the future is called planning. He thought it was called pseudoscience. That's sad, y'all.
Yeah, you got me on that too. You're right. You're right. I wasn't even seeing that last night, neither when y'all was debating. You correct.
And I'm gonna say this though, what I was agreeing with him on, Jason, what I agree with you on, that there is a movement as I talk right now of brothers who realize what I think I realize, that the culture is dead and they trying to resurrect it. I used to say the culture is dying, but at this point, at what level of deterioration do we just say, no, it's dead? Now, is it when they stop? To me, once you get into op pack culture, smoking the dead, like it ain't enough just to kill you. I want to desecrate you. We at a whole nother level of evil today, that even gangster rappers in my time are saying, yo, these young boys today. So what at level do we say, you know what? We dead as a people. If we keep saying, no, it ain't that bad, then that's why these rappers do what they do. When you bring up the young boys, drill music and stuff, they say, well, we had our generation and you know, it ain't all bad. You know, they'll bring up the few exceptions instead of the collective, the people in power pushing our worst image forward. And what happened is Taz will come up here and people in the B1 network, they say they don't want our worst image pushed forward because that's being a coon. Like Brother Sanchez, you keep talking about all the bad stuff and you ain't talking about Jesse Owens. You ain't going back and here. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that because I live in the future. I live in today.
Damn.
And you know what I'm saying? And so if we can't resurrect that greatness today, then why should I be proud right now, this very moment, as a black man? I can be proud of my history, but why can't I be proud of my current state and have a good sense of pride when I think about my future state? Most black people look at where they at right now and feel bad. Then they look at where they think they're gonna be and they don't feel a good feeling. They got doubts and all that based on what we up against systematically as a people. And we can get rid of those doubts with planning. A lot of people's, they hope comes from the plan that they came together to make. A lot of people will come together in these other races, they'll have a fire plan, and even though if their situation at the moment ain't right, they got hope. They got a belief that, hey, this new plan we got, if everybody in the family work together, we gonna own this whole street corner next year, and that's something to work toward. But if we don't come together and plan for the future collectively, what we'll do is come together and just acknowledge historical people in the past that did. That's what Taz did. We'll just come together and sit around and have celebrations on historical figures versus creating future figures that's gonna take us forward. That's what I think. But that's my whole passion with the debate.
Hey, bro, Sanchez, like, what the percentage you think that the negative stuff that you saying stuff is dead? Like, what percentage of that of the black culture that you think is like the elite promoting like the bad stuff about us?
What percentage is promoting the bad stuff about us?
Yeah, like everything that you saying, everything that you saying is dead. Like, what is percentage?
I'll say more than half of our people is promoting the fuckery and not the positivity. Over half, and I can safely say that. Because if you telling me that it's only a small percentage of people promoting the fuckery, why ain't that other large group standing up saying that ain't us? It should be easy for that large group of blacks to say, look, that shit, them little group don't represent us. That ain't what we doing.
But yeah, but that's where like the promoting and indoctrination come in at. Just like with the abortion thing, like it's a small percentage of the people that support the abortion, but you got like the people who control the media making it bigger than what it is. So it could be like the same thing, you know what I'm saying, with the black culture. Like it's a small percentage. I think it's a small percentage because I'm from Alabama also, and yeah, it's killing going on. you know, we have a murder, you know what I'm saying, you know, 2 murders a day or every other day, but it's a lot of people here. It's like over like 300,000 people that live here. So you get like, if you got a killing, you know what I'm saying, like 3 times a week, 4 times a week or whatever, out of like 400
You know,
people
you
that
know
live
what that
here.
mean? That y'all are fucking barbarians. And the way you saying that so normal scare me. But go ahead though.
Yeah. That's all I had to say. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's just my opinion on, but I feel like the percentage, you know what I'm saying, ain't more than 50 cent, like how like the media, you know what I'm saying, portrayed us to be.
Watch this. I'm gonna prove my point, right? I want every black person in the chat room to put a 1 in the chat room right now if you know another black man that was murdered by another black man. And if you on a panel, say me right now if that's you. I'm gonna tell you how many.
Yeah.
You do feel?
I know that shit. Yeah.
Me.
For sure.
Are you talking recently, Sanchez?
All I want to know is here is a me. If you know a black man that was murdered by another black man, let me hear me.
Me,
bro.
And you wanna argue when I say more than half, right? See, I'm gonna show y'all what's so crazy. I can ask that question with so much ego knowing I'm right. Guess what brother Sanchez knew before I asked that question? That every single black person in my chat gonna put a 1, and every single black people on my panel gonna say me. Everybody, that's more than 95% just right here.
No,
I was being nice. No, ain't no buts. No. See, this is the time right here where black people say, man, I'm sad. This is the time where we relax, Felix, because it ain't about you winning this argument. This ought to scare you. This shit right here ought to make you say, man, damn near 95% of all the blacks here said, yeah. And I was being nice when I said over 50%. If I base it on this vote alone, I can say over 70. Every fucking body putting 1s. Everybody on the panel said me. You think that's normal for everybody else, bro? You think that's normal in Japan? You think if I was on a panel in motherfucking the Himalayas, all them Himalayan people would answer the shit that we just did? It's normal to us because we don't know how fucked up we are.
I look at it a little different. Can I explain how I look at it like a little different? Just say you got 10 black men or whatever, and 2 of the black men kill someone. Yeah, and like the 10 black men knew who killed, you know what I'm saying, who killed who. So if you ask that same survey, it's 8 black men would be like, oh yeah, such and such killed somebody. So that don't mean it's 50%, you know what I'm saying, people killing each other. That's just like a survey on your post. And Felix, somebody, you know what I'm saying, but it's just one person died.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. You in denial, bro. Because you just said, basically, only 2 out of 10 black guys are murderers of another black man, when over 95% of all the blacks here said that they know some black man murdered another one. You ain't dealing with reality. You making up your own numbers, and I'm asking the people. See, the people speaking for me, and you speaking for yourself. Right now, you debating against all us black folks that said we know somebody, and we ain't trying to hear what you... No, wait a minute. We're not trying to hear what you saying, Felix, because we know what we living and what we experiencing. I don't got to play this game with you, Felix, because I'm from the hood, and I know the type of shit that I saw coming up and can't unsee. I know the type of violent shit that I saw every day, and that motherfuckers around me was damn near stepping over bodies, still going to work, because it was so normal. You're not gonna convince me that where I come from is normal when I know I'm from the mud. I know I'm from the dirt. I know where I'm from ain't normal. I know what was going on where I'm from as a black man. It's not normal, bro. I'm from where motherfuckers got 666 tattoos on them, throwing up devil signs, shooting each other mama and daughter, execution style. I don't know where you from.
No, I'm from Mobile, Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
I'm
really
from the
know. You pretty from the good part, is what I'm saying.
Nah, bro. I'm from Orange Grove. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Pritchard. You know
bro,
what I'm saying?
we
I'm
not
from
gonna
all over.
let
But
you.
like,
We can't let you.
what you're saying.
How they trying to
It's
claim
like
the
I just
dirt?
feel like it's just a
How
smaller
you trying
percentage.
to
It
claim
ain't
this?
50% of the people killing. You know what I'm saying? Black people.
It'll be smooth too, bro. Like,
No, why y'all trying to
like
claim all that?
Sanchez, you trying to make drill music like the #1 black culture topic. It's not. That's all. Yeah, that was your whole argument against
No, it's
Taz.
not. No, it's not,
That
bro.
was your whole argument
No,
against
that was
Taz
not.
drill
That
music.
was not, bro. The whole argument was, is black culture currently dead or not? Taz agreed with me that.
And that
Wait
was
a
your
minute. Wait a
argument with
minute. Wait
drill
a minute.
music.
Wait a minute, brother. Listen. You weren't in a debate. Now listen, because you don't know what you're talking about.
to you.
After I correct you, you got it. No, you don't, brother. Listen.
That
so
was
I
your
can
whole argument,
Hey,
but
brother, stop. You don't know what the debate is, and you ain't a debater. I'm trying to
nigga,
let you
I
talk.
listen.
I'm trying to let you talk, brother. I ain't finna talk over niggas. I'm not debating y'all.
Just let me talk.
I debated Taz. Hey, let's go to O'Brien Lockett. Like I was saying, I'll make my argument and he don't get to respond now. I'm just gonna make mine. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Terrell. The debate was not based on drill music. It was based on, is black culture currently dead or not? And drill music just so happened to be the current expression of black culture. Even my opponent admitted that. And when he did it, he didn't want to deal with it. That's why he kept dealing with the past and not the motherfucking present. We not living in the past. These young boys on demon time today. And like I said, a person's youth defines the current state of their culture, not their fucking seniors and elders. So you bringing up Garvey and all them old dead folks don't define the fact that we're fucked up right now today. How don't Terrell get that? Is Terrell just a troll? That's what I motherfucking think. If we're debating if black culture dead or alive, the current black culture is drill culture / trap. That's the era we in. Is that dead or alive? Is that producing life or death?
Yeah, but these niggas don't be living their rap though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
It doesn't matter, because guess what? Somebody living it. Like you said, right? I doubt if Lil Durk or all of these rappers actually killing somebody. But guess what? Your son will do it for them. If they recruit your damn nephew to the team, he'll risk his life and take the time. They brag on it. They said we got shooters.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But what?
But it's not a whole lot of them that doing it. It's a small percentage. That's my whole thing. Not saying nigga ain't game banging out here, but it's not a whole lot of them. Because if I got you saying if I got 300,000 population of black people, so you saying 50% of the black culture, the population in my city killing the half of the population, or fucking up the half of the population? Nah, I don't agree with that. I know it's some, but I just don't think it's
Hold on. Guys, I don't have a lot of time. I want to address the callers, and I'm gonna address the callers tonight, right? I should have had them going one at a time. So let me do that so we can get everybody in, man. Felix Gallardo, salutes to you. Go, you still got the floor. You can finish.
No, that's all I had. Like I fuck with you. I just we'll agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
I go back and forth?
I coach 11-year-old basketball team. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to troll.
I have, you know what I'm saying, like parents, you know what I'm saying, come in, drop their kids off or whatever. And it's a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't like the kids, my 11-year-old, they ain't talking about killing and, you know what I'm saying, and trying to just do on some demon time shit. They ain't talking about that. They talking about girls or whatever because they reached that stage where they trying to further whatever, but they ain't talking about trying to finesse and kill over on it. Not saying it ain't possible, not saying people don't do that shit, but I just feel like it's not a whole lot of it. That's my only thing.
You know what? I think we dropped the ball on these young kids because we don't really want to know if they talking about this stuff or not. When I was real young doing shit I didn't have no business doing, I knew not to talk that way around Felix. He's an adult. But for adults to say today they ain't talking that way, like we ain't the same parents that our great grandfathers and all them was. Like my great grandfather, all them the parents that they would literally sit outside their child's door and listen for hours to be nosy. Some of y'all just laugh because you know what I'm talking about. These parents today not that active. They don't care what their children talking about when they ain't there. And guess what? And they will take up and act like they children can do nothing wrong until they find out they boy locked up for some shit. Not my boy, and they find out, yep, that's your boy. But guess what? He was never talking like that. He was not. We being naive if we think these young boys that ain't aware of drill culture and don't know what a 8-ball is. Like at 11, I would say, nah, bro, I wouldn't debate you on no 11-year-old. That's quite fucking young.
Yeah, I get it. And I was the same way when I was young. Like, you know, I used to listen to like Big Timers and BG and but I ain't never saw no crack cocaine. But I know the lyrics like I
now let me ask you something. Now, don't you know a lot of brothers that did though?
Yeah.
All right then, brother.
But I know more people that didn't do that. I know more people that didn't do that than more people that did it.
And Felix, you can't get mad then when I can safely say you're not from a bad area. That's good that you're not from a bad area.
I'm from a bad area.
No, why do you want to be from a bad area? Stop claiming it.
That's my past.
Hold on, no. Stop. I'm talking about wherever you live at now. Where is more brothers not selling drugs than selling drugs, man, that's a good area. That's all I'm saying. Is that not a good area? I'm not even being funny. You live it, that's a good I'm trying to give props. Folks say I be cooning. You live in an area, right, where there ain't a lot of black men selling drugs. There's more black men that's not. We can't give kudos to that. You still gonna call that a bad area?
Nah, but like if you a real dope boy, you know what I'm saying? You don't know that I'm selling drugs.
That ain't what I'm saying. I ain't trying to figure out your criminal history. I'm saying the area you live in, it's a good area based on what you just said, and I just want to commend that. Beckett, drop it a bomb. We need to put we need to commend that. But not every part of Mobile is like that. But the fact that you want to make your area bad is kind of getting crazy a little bit, brother. Okay,
Sanchez, guess what I'm gonna do?
Guess what I'm gonna do, Felix? Now, I'm not gonna tolerate nobody saying I'm trying to make Mobile bad. When that brother told me that fact about where he from, I immediately said, bro, you from a good area. I don't like to see brothers say that they from the ghetto when they give me the statistics, and I be like, bro, we ain't just got ghettos as black people. Now, where you're from is actually a pretty good area. And anybody saying that I'm trying to make it the bad area, you definitely gonna get.
No, I'm saying you trying to make where you from bad.
No, I'm not, because guess what?
I'm gonna tell you.
No, I didn't even
tell you. I'm stepping over dead bodies every day.
Bro. I'm not trying to make where I'm from bad. Where I'm from is bad. That's just it. It was listed in the top.
It's good shit
brother. That ain't the argument, bro. It's good shit going on in hell. Why do y'all change the argument? I'm not making, and then you keep cutting me off. I told you I gotta get through the callers. I'm not trying to debate y'all.
I'm a caller. I'm just trying to go talk to you. That's it.
But you ain't making no sense whatsoever, though, brother. You trolling.
Bro, no, I'm not, bro. Let me get 10 seconds, bro. Can I get at least 30? I'm not trolling you at all, bro.
Hold on a second. I'm doing a good job rotating through the callers. I just let one caller talk.
Let me talk at all.
It's not your turn, Terrell. I didn't even call on you. You just started. After Felix got through, it was my turn.
That's just how we gotta. That's how you gotta do to get.
Let me show you how the mic go. Let me show. All right, let's go to O'Brien Lockett. He gotta go. That's what he doing. Everybody know how I run my show. Like O'Brien gonna get the flow. When he done, I'ma talk in between every caller and no one's gonna interrupt. He's interrupted. I didn't call on him to speak next, so I'll holler at him. Go ahead, O'Brien.
Right. Yeah. Peace to the panel. I just want to say, my question might be random, but what do you think about the idea of nothing new being under the sun and the light of the sun? Also, how do you feel about saving seeds? And the topic of just discussing, I feel
Well,
like black.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you got to do the topic. Yeah, we good. You
Yeah,
got it.
and I just feel like the topic is that black people have we don't have, the problem is in the communities is that we do not get the mental help that we need, the psychology that we need in order for us to get rid of issues that we have. And 9 times out of 10, that's the problem with most people, is they have this baggage that they don't know how to deal with. So they just express it and then manifest in all kind of weird ways, relationships with each other that we have, instead of the person getting help and getting to the root of the problem. That's how I feel about the situation.
All right, thank you, O'Brien. I'm gonna go to Reality Sauce. Reality Sauce, are you ready for it? You got the floor. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Peace to the panel. I just wanted to add a few things to say. It's just fact. Sanchez won this, but I just don't understand, because it's before I came in and I saw the topic. I said, whoever got the topic, whoever's on the side of our culture is dead already won. You don't even really need to debate. And the fact he was giving a history lesson, because I caught the tail end of this, but the fact he was giving a history lesson, everybody doesn't realize is that the fact that our culture is dead is also in our history too. We're just reviving our dead culture over and over, or putting the dead culture into another body, I should say, if that's it. But it's the fact that like our culture died as soon as we accepted another culture's religion. So it's been a while, and even back in Malcolm's day, he was trying to get the people to understand that this is not our culture, even though they started going to African culture, which isn't our culture either. The fact is, he was up and on that this isn't it, basically. So the fact is that even that we call it Black culture lets you know, because Black is something that doesn't have a connection to a culture, a language, or anything like that. So I don't understand where we're going. Where we're going when we say that our culture's alive. Our culture's been dead a long time. Like, we don't even know what our culture is, honestly. We've accepted someone else's, and we've put more pizzazz and flavor into it. That's for damn sure. And the things that we do with it is a lot better than it's already been done. But the fact is, it's never ours. And even though drill music has become a big part of our culture, even the other parts of our culture have been adopted from somewhere else. So so the argument about, I know someone who isn't with all that, it doesn't matter. Like, where did the culture come from, or what they're doing right now? Because our culture isn't to go to work and, you know what I'm saying, pay bills all day and shit like that, and whatever the fuck we're doing. So that's just all I had to say. Like,
so basically, what you're saying is the bad is overweighing the good. So that's why our
Yes,
culture
that's
is
what
dead.
I was saying too. That when the bad outweigh the good, that's saying the amount of death that your culture now produce outweigh the amount of life. It produced more destruction than construction.
Like you, for example, like you're a producer, you benefiting off the culture. It's
I'm
a lot
benefiting
of
off my
jobs.
talent.
Yeah. And a lot of jobs being created, what I'm saying, off the culture. Like you have the BET award, I know is, ran by the elite or whatever, but jobs being created. Like people got paid, what I'm saying, staff member got paid for that event, what I'm saying, to go together, what I'm saying. In Atlanta, like that's like the ghetto Hollywood. That's a lot of people own land and creating, different type of businesses, and the list goes on, what I'm saying, that I do. So you can't not look at that and just focus on the killing and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. When I look at Atlanta, I see just what you see, brother. Black people that's owning business, outcasts, big boy, black business companies, when I go to Atlanta, I love to see all them black people in limos, Bentleys, Rolls Royces. Come on, dude, I'm from Bama. You don't think I see niggas with the money where I'm from? I'm not ignoring that. How do you think I'm ignoring
No,
that?
no, I'm not saying what you saying.
Wait,
saying
you gotta let me. Wait, you gotta let me finish, Felix. I let you finish, didn't it, my brother?
No, I thought you were asking me a question.
No, I never asked a question. I'm telling you, I see this. I see what you telling me I'm not seeing. I see the black entrepreneurs and all that and what I call Black Atlanta. But I also see that it's not as many black businesses, black entrepreneurs, black success in Atlanta as it is black homelessness, black gangbanging, black RICO law cases, black folks getting tossed in prisons all day, and black gang culture in Atlanta is like how LA used to be back in the day right now. I don't know if you know that, but I can't ignore all that and just pay attention to the few blacks that's got Benzes, Bentleys, and the rappers, right? You got Killer Mike. He brought up Obama, okay, Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan. Let's name them. You're right. We got some black folks with money. But I'm talking about as a collective, our culture is self-destructing, man. When we look at what's going on in these communities and stuff, we can't point to Jordan and celebrities and little companies to ignore the fact that, bro, we live in some really self-destructive environments.
I agree.
And that's what we keep doing. That's why we don't change them environments, because we too busy idolizing and vicariously living through celebrities, entertainers, black entrepreneurs. You said that you're from a place in Mobile where, you know, it ain't peaches and cream, right? But you're bringing up to me that there are some black entrepreneurs out there, though. That not every black person, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is the fact that all of us on this panel can admit that we didn't grow up in a black entrepreneur family like with a Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all that. Most of us grew up in the area what we call the ghetto, and we all know another black man that killed another black man. Like all of us fulfilling a statistic within normalized chaos in black culture. And that's why I'm saying some of us got to be like, you know what? This shit can't be normal no more. And the way that we reverse this is to admit, you know what? We've died as a people. And at that point, we can begin the resurrection process. Now, when I talk like this, people laugh. They say resurrection. But the only time we can talk about resurrection if it's Jesus, Allah, why we can't resurrect our mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that and again, the debate was, is black culture dead or not? Just to remind y'all. So let's go ahead and keep the mic moving, man. I'm appreciating everybody on the call. I'm gonna mute myself and let you guys go ahead and say what you gotta say, though. Continue to, pass the mic around. So if
I was gonna say, like,
can I chime in on it?
Yeah, and then look, Eddie, Eddie, anybody's phone, and Dark is Black, let me know when y'all ready. Go ahead. I think that was T-Rock. You got it. Y'all got it.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is, man, like being from Atlanta and growing up and writing music and really being around here, like people gotta really understand what Sanchez is saying is real, bro. Like the foundation of America is the ghetto. Everything thrives off the ghetto. And even just on a deeper level, this motherfucker dead because they have us listening to the minds of serial killers. I don't know where the fuck y'all niggas from or who y'all is, or it's like these boys is not playing. Like even when I talked to my buddy in the chain gang, he said all these nigga NBA young boy, all these little niggas think they young boy. So think about who they got our kids listening to. They got them listening to serial killers, Boosie and fucking. I don't want to name these folk, but I'm telling you, it's deeper than what y'all think it is. And when I went on tour, like I wrote some music for Jermaine Dupri when I was like 17 years old. It's called I'm Hot. When I went on tour, that's all niggas wanted to tell me. But niggas killing in Florida, niggas killing in Detroit, niggas killing in LA, niggas kill. I said, I get it, man. God damn, niggas killing. I get it. Like everywhere I go, that's all they was talking about.
And like that's what it is in America. I
The
love
quote.
LA. I love California. It's beautiful, but I look at it like Taliban land. I know at any time an AK-47 can come out and this shit can go down. But this is what it is in America. Like America is a big ass ghetto. Everything sits on top of the ghetto from the inner city and it trickles out to the suburb. But the foundation is the ghetto and the projects and the murder. And it's built like a chessboard. This is how America is built.
Hey, man, hey, that is big facts right there, my brother. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Hey, anybody's iPhone, you got the flow. You gotta unmute your mic. Yo, you gotta hit the micro.
Oh, there
Yeah,
it
there
goes.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say, I thought you won the debate, especially when he was talking about shit. What was he talking about? He was talking about that motherfucker on the cream of wheat box. Come on, man. I mean, he lost the debate when he was talking about the dude on the cream of wheat box. That ain't, if that's the culture, then that shit got to be about, he was talking about a slave culture. You know what I'm saying? If you so I thought he lost once he said that shit right there. And I think the other unseen or the unsaid thing that's been going on, as far as what I'm saying, is most of the people that he's mentioning is like boulays, Masonic type people who took some type of deal to get where they at. So if that's what it is, then that's a dead culture. If you got to do that to get your money, if you got to sign these contracts to, so that's all I want to say. I thought you won the debate.
Big facts.
Yeah,
big
won
facts,
debate.
man.
But that's a lot of things that people ain't mentioning is how these people getting their money, what they doing to get to the top, So yeah, that's all I want to say.
All right. Hey, man, salutes to the panel, man. This is dope. And now the people that disagreed, we wanted y'all to do the same thing, man. Now, there was some people that called in and disagreed. I was able to let them say their disagreement, and it was good. Then you had the trolls calling in, all right, trying to run this shit. But so salutes to everybody on the call. Felix, we got everything on track. We ain't got to agree with everything, but yeah, man, salutes. So yeah, let's keep the mic going. I think Dark is Black, Eddie Ice, and Truly Undeniable Pierre, they haven't said nothing yet.
Going down,
Sanchez.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I go in that order.
Okay.
All right, so what's going down, Sanchez?
Yeah,
What's
that's
up
cool.
to
That's
the panel?
What's good?
I mean, I done did this shit, like, when I say this shit, I mean, listen to you and Taz before, man. And it's crazy, man, because this shit's supposed to be, it's like a school of thought, right? Like, niggas really trying to get shit understood, bro. And it's like, you can't get shit understood with this nigga, bro. And it's like, it's ridiculous, because I don't feel like that was a hard question to tackle or to deal with. It's kind of right there laid out in your face. And it's like, when niggas can't do basic shit, it's like, what the fuck is it for, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, the debate wasn't even a question about whether he wanted it or not, because the nigga didn't address the question. Not the first round, not the second round, not the third round. And I just don't see how, speaking about, past legends of the past, let's just say, is I wouldn't even call, at this point, it's like you can't even necessarily call that shit an all black thing, because fucking they changed a culture or a way people was playing a sport, and that shit didn't just trickle down to black people. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Luka Doncic, or it's all type of motherfuckers putting up LeBron James and Kevin, just whoever, man. People doing shit. So it's like we say, black culture, is it dead? And it's a simple ass question. What is it producing? It just should have producing nothing good. And it's just like yesterday, man. You can't answer the question with one or two answers. Just give one or two. And that shit didn't happen. He didn't address the question, man. So by default, nigga had to have lost. That shit though.
Yeah, man. The people that follow him, they all still blow bubbles with bubble gum and shit. That's all I would say. But hey, take that how y'all want it. But check this out, right? It's definitely a shame that brothers can't admit that they wrong. That'll never happen in a debate. I never expect that shit to happen. I don't really like what the whole debate community turned into, where, you know what I'm saying, we can't really get a genuine judge system because everybody followers gonna vote for their people. Now, I ain't just putting my folks on a pedestal, but I think my folks more realer than these other guys. It have been times where my folks have voted against my ass, so that's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, let me go to
Oh, hey, yo, what up, Sanchez?
oh yeah, Eddie, you got it.
Hey, man, this is my opinion. I think black folks ain't never had a culture to begin with at this point. Like, I just think we've been looking for one. Like, that's been like more of the, the real issue. We haven't, we never had a culture to begin with. And I think we always try to pick up on things like, styles like, sagging pants and braids and all that stuff. And we treat that as culture, and it's not. So I think, my main thing is I agree with you, what you were saying. Far as, because I guess he kept saying that, he just kept talking about yesteryear instead of now. You know what I'm saying? You bringing up like, yo, this is more of the now. What's going on now? Don't worry about yesteryear. What about now? What's going on with our people now? So I think you pretty much won that one, man. Like, I'm with you on that. That's all I gotta say.
Man, I appreciate that. Hey, anybody else on the panel got anything they want to say? Because at this point, we've already, matter of fact, my bad. You got it, true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. Hey, first of all, man, I hope everybody, make it this, to see another day, man, because, bro, this shit is not guaranteed, at the end of the day, it really comes down to shit. If shit go down, we need each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it all boils down to. But Sanchez, man, I appreciate the platform, and the time you put in, man, that shit is priceless, you know what I'm saying? But the debate tonight, I watched it for a pretty good minute. I was working while watching it, but of course, man, I agree 100%, man. Like, they've taken they know who to attack, bro. It's the youth, the young boys. You know what I'm saying? All the young dudes. That's where the energy at. They know the kids gonna follow. So we this is the battle we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really, I don't even need nothing to really discuss about that. This is what it is. Like, so I don't know if Taz was in denial or what, but that's something he had to take up on his own, because everybody can be saved. Like, at the end of the day too. I mean, what'd you feel about that, Sanchez?
Nah, man, everybody for sure ain't gonna be saved at all. I think it's a good time for like minds to build their own communities.
That's it.
And when when it's all said and done, we're gonna see whose knowledge got their people still standing.
Right. That's it, man. Because, hey, I mean, either you see it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's black and white, or white, I guess.
Yep.
But but other than that, like I said, I appreciate your time, man, and I'm gonna stay tuned in, man. Appreciate everybody too.
Hey, man, let me say, all of you brothers on this call, no cap what I'm about to say. I really appreciate y'all brothers, man. Because look here, I noticed that the cats that be calling in here, they ain't just, a lot of guys say, you can't really say this an echo chamber. I don't care what nobody say, bro. This is not no damn echo chamber like everybody else shit. I'm gonna just leave it right there. Y'all guys are real ones, you know what I'm saying? Because if somebody can say, look, I vote that you won a debate, but here's where he got some shit on you though, Sanchez. You don't hear that kind of stuff on these other channels. They say, no, my person won, and everything you said was bullshit. That's pseudo-science. It's like, ain't nobody was 100% wrong. Now, that's just idol worship. You don't see that shit over here. Ain't nobody gonna say, yeah, Taz, you won, but he got you right here or right there. Nope, it's just you won. And he dumb, they stupid, and it's childish. You brothers really say, well, bro Sanchez, you won, and come with a very mature analysis on it. That's called comprehension. That shit right there is valuable, and that's why this community, no ego, do the numbers that it do. The quality of the intellect that's over here. That shit ain't normal on YouTube. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all keep
real quick, bro.
Yeah, I gotta let Zone get it in, and then Slide Sleepy after that. Y'all can do what you want. He the last person in rotation that didn't get a go, and then right there is just round table. Y'all can do what you want.
Hey, what's up, everybody, man? Much love.
Much love.
That's all I wanted to say, man. You know, I think you pretty much won the debate for sure. And the thing about it is, if you look at it, the debate showed more than I think of what a lot of people saw, right? So a lot of what Taz was pointing out to make his arguments was the accomplishments of other Black people, to say that Black people are in a good state, I guess, or the culture, or he was pointing out the accomplishments of other Black people to say that the culture isn't dead, right? Whether those people be dead or alive. But I think that's the problem that most Black people have. We look to everyone else instead of looking within. So we find the youth looking to these rappers and these people who basically sold out to perpetuate the system or to keep the system going, and they give they leave the youth with no real substance of self. You feel me? So we find that we lost. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the actual problem with what we call Black culture. We have no sense of self. Everything is what the people on TV got, you know? And that's all I wanted to add.
I was finna say to the people, if anybody need a moderator, especially you, bro Sanchez, for their next little debate, let me know. I'll make it real official.
No.
Shut up, bro. Hey, don't do that.
Nigga, you shut up, bro. You bird chest ass nigga, bro. Just chill, bro.
Yeah, you
he can
fucking
handle
lame as
himself,
hell.
bro.
You ain't never said
He
shit
can
to
handle
nobody.
himself,
And
nigga.
I wasn't done talking yet.
He can
With your
handle
little
himself,
goofy
bro.
ass, you ain't never showed your face on here. Don't bring it back, bro, because I'll roast your ass for real.
So I gotta show my face, nigga. You got a bird chest, nigga.
With your old goofy
you a
ass
bum,
voice,
nigga.
nigga. You ain't
nigga,
shit,
the
bro.
whole chat was
You
roasting
ain't
your ass,
shit.
nigga. Just stop, bro.
Nigga,
You're
I
a
don't
bum,
give a
nigga.
fuck
You're
about what
tired,
this
nigga.
chat say. We already been
All right,
over.
I'm not gonna argue
Hey,
online.
come on,
Nigga.
man.
Okay, then
Come
shut
on,
the
bro.
fuck up while I'm talking then. Damn. Goofy ass
Come on,
nigga.
bro.
Like
I'm
I
not gonna
said,
argue
if
with
anybody, yeah,
I'm
shut
gonna just
up.
mute my mic,
Yeah,
bro. I'm not
shut your
arguing that shit
goofy ass
online,
up
bro.
with your non-face ugly ass, nigga. Like I said, if anybody need a fucking moderator, I'm here. And you done made me forget the fuck what else I was gonna say. That wasn't even the main point with your dumb ass. You over here hating on niggas trying to fucking improve the community. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me advertising myself as a moderator? That
Well,
shit
who's yelling,
unhonorable.
nigga? You're the one. You sound like, bro. You're
You
yelling.
a
Look at you, bro.
dumbass.
You sound like
Anyway,
a
the
female,
other point.
Jit.
Look, I just remember my other point arguing with your
But
goofy
you're yelling
ass.
like a female. I'm
No, bro, I ain't yelling like no female. Cut
Yes,
that
you
shit
are,
out,
Jit.
bro. I'm trying to hustle. You
Yes,
over
you
here
are,
hating.
Jit.
I was finna say it's not only about the kids.
I was just
like
finna
the
say
kids
that.
ain't the
Nah,
only
but
one that's
who's yelling
consuming
though,
this
bro?
shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
relax,
you
man.
just because you
Now
calm
relax,
don't mean you not a
man.
hating
Yeah,
ass
wait, let's
nigga.
get back.
Go
For
ahead
sure.
and
The
make your
whole point
point, bro.
was it's not just the kids that's consuming this music. A lot of y'all
Bro,
adults
are you on your period,
in
bro?
your
Why are you
ass.
so emotional, bro?
It's
Are you
okay.
on your
Ain't
He let
period?
it
nobody
go.
emotional. I
He
just
let
said
it
You must
go,
be
before
on
bro.
your
how much a
period, my
bitch
nigga.
you is, and I
You
had
must
to
be
deal
on
to
your
say
period.
He had let it go. He was moving on. Can I
I'm
get
done. I'm
for
done.
can
real.
I
Ain't
get both
nobody
of
that
y'all to let
mad.
it
Like
go?
you over
Hey,
here.
and guess why y'all need to let it go? Remember, this is YouTube. I'm yet to get a guy on a fade. This
Nah,
ain't
ain't
gonna
Hey, we
happen.
need
nobody.
to
I
set
was
up a
finna say
we
it's
need to
not
set
just the
something up,
kids. Like, let me
Sanchez.
get my point across. Y'all niggas
Go
is
ahead
so
and get your
trifling with
point
this.
across, man, and quit doing the
This what I
y'all
be,
niggas
bro.
thing. I'm trying to clear
This
up
what I
this.
be saying about your chat. These niggas some goofies. Like you
Hey,
cool,
hey,
but your
bro,
chat be on some
bro,
other
you're
shit, man.
part of this chat, so don't do that. Quit
So the
generalizing like
whole
that.
You're the
point
Go
only
was,
ahead.
it's
one
not
yelling,
just
you
the
high
kids.
ass
It's
nigga,
not
bro.
just
Just
the
stop
kids
yelling, bro.
consuming the fucking drill music. It's a lot of y'all
Cornball ass
adults,
shit,
man.
bro.
Kids don't really pay attention to drill music. They pay attention to goofy mumble rappers. It be y'all adults
That's
shaking
drill
y'all ass to
music.
this. It be adults shaking
That's
y'all asses
wild.
to this shit. And then like, look, I done heard from plenty of females that them DJs and them rappers don't even last as long. They can't even get back up. So while y'all playing like y'all gonna get some money, you just gonna do a scandals type of situation if you want some money. Y'all niggas can't get no money from them. They're not sharing no wealth for real. They making fucking publicity moves. These niggas not what they is.
Yeah,
That
but they
shit.
definitely
Who
got
not?
the
Who
kids
I
in
don't
the headlock
understand, but
in
who
the
not who
culture.
they is? You think these young rappers really don't have money and stuff?
Yeah,
No, I
they
said
got
they
more
What?
not
money than the
sharing it.
people going
I
to work.
said they
You,
not sharing it. Look, y'all taking
Oh, they
up for
got
oh
rappers.
no,
bread.
of course they
Y'all
not
taking up
sharing
for
it.
They
Why
little
would,
ass
got
who gonna
bread.
share their
That's
wealth?
what y'all
Like,
trying to say.
no, they're not gonna share their wealth, brother. But what we saying is, what I was gonna say is, I feel what you kind of trying to, you know what I'm saying, where you trying to go with it, but good can prevail. But I think these are like agents of chaos that's made to keep this shit going. Like
For
good can
sure.
prevail on a ripple effect. If everybody just did good, we'll just do good. Like that's how this shit is. But these are people around us that, you know what I'm saying, that keep this shit going. Like when that boy Fredo Bang said, he was trying to get with NBA Youngboy and squash the beef, but the police told them, hell nah, y'all ain't squashing shit. Like it's little stuff like that that show you these folks keep this shit going. Good can prevail. You know what I'm saying?
They
Exactly.
get paid. Listen, they get paid to do it. That's what they getting all the money for. They not gonna get no money if they get up there and talk the shit we be talking about. That's against that.
Hey,
That's a breach of contract. They get paid to talk about killing other black men. Y'all don't get that?
so they like
Nah, we
industry
do.
agents, pretty much.
So that's what I'm saying. If most of the kids look up to him and these people got the most influence, that's the problem right there. But we saying this stem from back in the day because the older generation used to look to the black leaders or the rappers or the celebrities to say that, oh, these rappers, like how we do now, these rappers got the most money. So we successful. Obama president, so we as black people may accomplish something. But
Right.
no,
That's
that
what I
ain't true.
mean. That's what
See what
I
I'm
mean
saying?
by living vicariously through figures, through historical figures and stuff. And when we do that, we'll stop building new ones today. That you definitely spot on, bro. Yeah,
For
man.
sure. And bro, that's
But
our culture as black people, but that's what make it dead. You see what I'm saying?
Too many idols.
Too much
Idolization,
idol worship. Mm-hmm.
idolatry.
yeah, that's for sure.
We trade Jesus for other historical figures, man. That instead, and what you find out is that the people that run the world, they are non-religious. They don't have time to look at historical figures because they too busy running the world, planning your future. They giving you the
Yeah.
history class.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah.
I peep that. That's why they got us an overload of history, but our future is so bleak. They want you to pay attention to all the glory in your past while they destroy your future. And by the time you make it to you won't see it coming because you was too busy looking behind you in the past that you didn't see you stumbling because you got to look forward to walk.
Mm.
It's no different than telling a Christian you can't get nowhere on your knees praying. Hey, I got to tell a black man, listen, history is good, but we ain't going to get nowhere if the main focus of our motivation and inspiration is historical figures. Because these folks can look at Alexander the Great, they can look at Elon Musk, they can look at Christopher Columbus, they can look at Bill Gates. All right, they can look at Winston Churchill, they can look at Steve Jobs. They looking back and forth. We just looking back. When it talking about who really impacting the world on a big level with technology and all that stuff and systems of government and all that. You know, but a person would debate me, my brothers, and guess what they'll say? But we dominate sports. Look at this picture of this black man who was an old baseball player. Look at this dude right here. He was the first black man to slam dunk. And I'm like, bro, did you just hear what I said about these folks building systems? All right, I can't lie. The crossover looks good. Salutes to Allen Iverson. But goddamn it, that's what I'm saying. You comparing that to people who building nations and shit.
And then look, they'll tell you once you say that, after you say that, they'll say, well, you can't say that about them basketball players going to the NBA because they was just trying to create a better life for them and their family.
Right.
But
that's what they'll do. They'll say something like, you not acknowledging the black Martha Stewart or the black. I'm like, kudos. Black women can cook their ass off. But I'm still looking for the black infrastructures, the black systems, the black railroad companies, the black airline company. Brother, if we're going to compare ourselves to other people and you want to bring up cooking, afros, hairstyles, and all that, is laughable. And I don't understand how they don't see that.
And then he proceeded to like show us
pride.
Boule members, bro. Boule members, Freemasons. Like that was a bad look. Like the people that sold us out as a whole, he proceeded to show us as like idols. Like that was cringeworthy, bro. Really, really bad look.
Yeah, man. It was really cringeworthy. Well,
and
bro, like,
they be really the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto is like, I don't know why people think that rich people ain't like think about Jay-Z and Diddy, man. These niggas some rich ghetto ass niggas. It's like the whole world just a ghetto, and this shit just thrive off of that type of energy. Like that's what y'all gotta understand. The people with the money, they just as goddamn worse as the niggas in the motherfucking hood, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Listen, the ghetto got the most influence over popular culture. Popular culture is birthed from the ghetto. They take what happens in the ghetto and puts it on a grand scale and capitalize off of it.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? It makes it popular. For sure. You did right.
Yeah,
but that's the problem. And then they call that black culture. But nah, that ain't, we don't want to be represented like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids looking up to that.
Yeah, but it's forced on us now, you know, with the internet, bro. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
So that's what we need to realize. Like, these kids not gonna realize they won't. That's what they need us. That's what that's what we here for, right? Like, you know, I hate when, like, a lot of times, you know, you might see like a child like misbehaving. You know what I'm saying? And then as a grown person, like how I was raised, you're supposed to correct the child, not necessarily, not even at least say something, you know what I'm saying? But some parents would be like, you know, don't say nothing to my child. I'm like, what? This is a problem too. Like I say, it takes a village. You know what I'm saying? We all need to, if we realize that, then we'll be, you know what I'm saying, cohesion on that. Like, so it'll be more, we'll work together more. You know what I'm saying? So that's also something to consider, man. Like, because even if it was my child, I want somebody to be like, yo, you shouldn't be doing that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's supposed to be like, you know?
Yeah, I can dig.
Yeah. Yo, when y'all say dead, well, can I look at it like this? Let me know if I'm tripping. Like I just thought of something. Okay, let's say like you on a road and you get a road kill. You hit a deer, armadillo, or whatever. Yeah, that deer or armadillo that you hit is dead, but they still have his uncles and moms and dad and brothers and sisters still in the forest living. So the vultures is eating that dead deer or armadillo, whatever you hit or whatever. But you still have the natural living in the forest somewhere. So just because an armadillo or deer got hit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that the whole, species is dead.
The debate was, is our culture dead, singular, not was our cultures dead. For as I know, we ain't got number one culture that I know of that we was critiquing in the debate. We was only critiquing one particular culture, what we call black culture. Is black culture dead? And there may be other cultures, but it's a singular type thing, not plural. I get what you're saying about the deer, but in this case, there will be only one deer representing one culture. Yeah.
So our culture like don't branch out like like different like categories. How y'all was saying about like the martial arts and stuff.
It totally does branch out, but the debate was, is black culture dead or alive? Not does it branch out or not?
Yeah, we have beautiful ways about us as people now. We ain't acting like all black stuff just like horrible martial arts and stuff. Know how to defend yourself. Of course, that's wonderful. But the main thing, the majority rule is that type of shit like that. Because I'm not talking like I know it all. Like this shit was told to me, and I looked at it like that. When my buddy told me, shit, but everybody think they NBA young boy in this chain gang. I was thinking like, damn, like I see that out here in the streets. Like NBA young boy got a big ass influence on our youth. Kodak Black got a big ass influence on our youth.
So
I really just looked at it like,
T-Rock when like white kids, and whoever listen to that type of stuff, but they don't do like no killing because they just listen to music. So is like us, but some do. So if they culture dead because a small percentage, listen to it and taking influence from the rap music and trying to turn it into reality. So is they culture dying too because it is white folks that listen
I really don't think it's no such thing as culture. It's just death. Like they matrix. It's like our culture, like that's what you saying. Like white boys listen to it. Like everybody was listening to the Wop 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 song when the Jamaican boy he performing all over here in America and all over the world. Like the internet made this shit on steroids. So it's all different types of cultures of murder that's on the people. You know what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
I see where you're going.
I want to say this. Just because you have a white kid that listens to the type of music doesn't mean that he's necessarily a part of the culture. Like if I throw a bar mitzvah for my son, that don't make me a part of Jewish culture. You see what I'm saying? If I throw a quinceañera for my daughter, that don't make me a part of Mexican culture. I think other races can express other cultures without necessarily claiming that culture. See what I'm saying? So
I think once you start practicing a culture, you're a part of it. Like, or that they would say you false then, because like, for example, let's talk about gang culture. If somebody just get a blue bandana and go to throwing up the gang sign Crip, but they ain't from no set, then the Crips really gonna check you like, hold up, you practicing our culture and we didn't let you in it. Like it's a way that you can't just practice this shit like that and you gonna get yourself hurt. They call it false claiming. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what black folks is kind of saying when they say cultural appropriation. Wait a minute, you wearing them braids, who's black in your family? You got any black in your blood? Like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of set claiming, like, wait a minute, bro. You twerk, hey, that's a white girl twerking. Is she mixed? Where her black card at? Like, I'm just saying, but the things we identify with is still self-destructive. We get mad when people copy our self-destructive behavior.
Especially the prison culture. Y'all ain't even talk about that. Like the real prison culture. Like that culture in you know what I'm saying? All the rich niggas, all the high street niggas, everybody that been to prison, like that's our culture. That shit is definitely about being big.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We was talking about that yesterday. Hell yeah.
Hey, salutes to y'all. Hey, Damien. Yeah, you got it, Damien. Salutes to the panel.
What's up, Dirty? How you doing?
I'm doing good, my brother. Salutes.
It's always good to hear from you, man. I'm glad you're doing all right. Yeah, man. I just wanted to say congratulations on your win, man. And you do your thing every time you do it, man. You keep it appropriate. I was surprised how respectful you was being, man. That was some good shit to see, man. Against such a like attitude kind of person, like it's deep to see two men go at it and to see two different sides. And low key, you got to choose a side, man. Because if you, no disrespect to Taz, if you on that side, man, you kind of like you a certain type of person. I don't know how to explain it, but you got to choose a side. So, and Sanchez, I'm at work, bro, but I'm sorry, I should have said this. Pardon me, y'all. What's up, chat? What's up, everybody on the panel? I love y'all. Hope y'all family good and everything. But I came up here for one reason, and I don't mean to disturb the peace or veer off on something else. But hey, man, and I hope she's listening, bro. I don't mean to cause no controversy, bro. You gotta stay away from Sister Bethy, bro. And I like I said, I hope I'm really not disturbing nothing or going against nothing, but like you had a stream, you know what I'm saying, a couple days ago, and you shouted her out. And I'm like, all right, whatever, you know what I'm saying. We had our differences, me and Bethany, but bruh, what she did today, man, bruh, I'm talking about, man, that'll get a woman slapped in her face by a man, bruh. Like you don't do that shit, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I ain't the type of nigga to like I said, man, it's hell Sanchez all day. But and I'm Team Sanchez. But when I see that kind of disloyalty and disrespect, man, bro, I slap a woman in her face. And I'm sorry to all women. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that because you know what I'm saying. Like, but that type of woman, she need to get slapped in her mouth, bro. And you gotta stay away from her, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you heard certain shit, but bro, what she did today was the worst shit I ever heard a woman do in my
What she do,
life,
bro? I
bro.
missed it. If you don't
Bro,
mind
go
explaining.
to that woman's channel,
You
fool.
know
When
what?
I say
Don't
this,
even give her that promotion. I'ma
Yeah, I'm
just
not gonna
no,
go. I don't want to
no,
go
hey,
it's
there.
no,
I'm
all
not
no,
good.
gonna.
look,
It's
look.
all good. No, I
No,
feel you.
and and Sanchez, look, it ain't even no promotion because the niggas that do hear this and they do go, they gonna be like, oh yeah, fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. This was a wrap this time, bro. Like I didn't tap into her chat a few times. She didn't block me a few times because she know who I am. But this time, bro, I straight tried to pull up. She let hella niggas on the panel. I tried to pull up at work. And she like, fuck you, Damon. You ain't coming up here. And before all this shit, it was like the Sanchez show. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't give a fuck about that nigga. Fuck his what boom 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 wife. I'm like, oh no, let me pull up on her. So I try, and she like anybody that got beef. She said these words, bro. She said anybody that's going against me about Sanchez, come up here. So I said, bet. I'ma pull up. I pulled up. And she like, fuck you, Damien. You ain't coming on her. She let everybody else on and she blocked me. So she know what I'm about. She know what I'm gonna do to her. But it's like, man, bro, like please, Sanchez, you are a god in this world, bro. Stay away from people because you got a good heart. And you fuck with like you will fuck with a nigga just like Taz that disagree with you. But it's a certain level of respect, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can call niggas pussy. We can talk about meeting up. But no, you don't do this as a human, bro. And then you don't do this to a man that gives the world so much knowledge, that gives the man so much respect and like peace. It's like, man, bro, I swear, it got my blood boiling a little bit because I heard you shout her out, bro. And I'm like, man, I know Sanchez is a smart nigga because I know he peeped this shit long time ago, but he just one of them cool niggas that ain't really on that internet shit. He one of them pull up on you in real life niggas. So it's like,
No, it shocked
I'm like,
me.
nah, man.
Somebody, people was emailing me, and I was like, "What the hell going on?" And when I got it, listening to a little her stream, I said, "Oh, I can't watch this, man. Nah, fuck that. I can't
Man,
Hey, you
watch
talk
this
Sanchez,
about
shit."
I'm
the
glad
latest
you
one
did,
she
bro.
just
Bro, I
posted
missed
10
it.
hours ago?
So,
What she
so,
say?
so, 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 you
Man,
know,
hey,
so it
Sanchez,
is
you
what
as
it
a
is,
man,
you know. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It is what it is. I'm not even gonna say what she said because I don't want Sanchez to get uncomfortable. And I know I ain't gonna even say I know the type of nigga Sanchez is, but I've been dealing with this nigga since day one, and I feel him. And if he heard that, if he really listened to that shit, man, bro, that shit is dead wrong, bro. It's disrespectful. And I just want to say, as a nigga of Sanchez, bro, stay the fuck away from her, bro.
For
Cause
sure.
and this related to the topic because it's like it shows us as black people, bro. It's like we don't want to admit that we are detrimental. You know what I'm saying? Like our race is detrimental. We go through the worst. We suffer the worst. And for her to like for her to put you in a place where you like fuck black people. No, it ain't like he ain't saying fuck black people. He just acknowledging where we at.
You gotta
Like he
stop
ain't always
Hey,
internalizing all
Damien,
this, bro. You're
real
taking this
quick.
shit to the heart
No,
too much.
no, he not.
who taking
Niggas
it to
been
the
doing
heart.
time with us. Damien, hold on
Hold
real
on,
quick.
hold on,
No,
hold on,
no,
hold on.
all the brothers spin
Can't be
facts on the panel.
internalizing it, man.
No, I think
Let me
that's
Hold on, what
what
you
they
say?
doing. No, I think you's proving that that's what they doing. No, they taking it kind
Yeah.
of personal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
we saw
Okay.
how she act with real controversy, and a lot of dudes be coming up on this chat and up on this panel with agendas, and they be like, y'all gotta notice, like, it be agents everywhere, low key. Like when I jump up on this stream, it be niggas in the chat that know shit about me that I didn't tell them for
Yo, I'm
months.
not
That's
gonna
red
lie, bro. I
flag.
got
Hey, hold
screenshots of
on,
you
real
talking
quick,
Pierre,
about
Duddy.
this
shut
Let me
chat.
up,
respond
bro.
to that.
I
I'm
got
Let me
talking.
screenshots
respond
of
It
to
you
be
that.
talking about this
it be
chat.
niggas in the chat that look.
I'ma
He
just
cutting
say
me off
that.
because he know I'm getting to the
Well, no,
facts.
it's
It
all
be
good,
niggas in
brother.
I
the
got screenshots
No,
of
get
you
it.
talking shit about the chat. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I
That's
don't
just what
care.
it is.
Oh yeah,
All
I'll be
right,
talking shit about the chat all the time, but
all right, that.
that's besides the point. It be niggas in the chat that know shit about me that I did not tell them, which was the point. It be motherfuckers coming in here promoting agendas. Every time I jump in the chat, niggas say something about either transgender, white people, kid, blase. Like I always get to that. Like there be agents even in the chat. So like niggas been to what time it was with these boule dudes and these baby like fraternity groups. Like these niggas everywhere. And you really for real got to get
And
to know
bro, can I
people.
respond to you on that? I just want to say, like you said, some Asian shit. It's on the level of, man, she ain't no motherfucking Asian. She ain't even important. Like somebody, like, okay, I get it if you can go on these big platforms and call niggas Asians. Man, she don't even have an agenda.
Hey,
She get
this
on
what
there.
Hey, no, you speaking facts, bro. I can dig what you
Yep.
saying, but you know what I'm gonna do though?
Yes, sir.
I said moving forward, I'm just gonna not fuel it, and I'm gonna just move forward and let her, fall off like dead weight as my community move on, and these people gonna be their own worst enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? What it's gonna
On
show,
me.
and what it's gonna show is I'm the young one, and I'm acting more mature than my elders, my seniors. So
Facts,
that's what
Hey,
I'm
facts.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Sanchez, is it too late to
Salute
speak
that though.
on the
Salute
debate?
that too.
I was
Yeah.
at work, but
Salute.
I wanted to call in
Facts.
to give my 2 cents on it, if I could get a
Yeah,
chance to.
yeah, and look, and after Zab get it in, y'all. I gotta get out of here. Unfortunately, the old lady calling me away, but we gonna get it in
Hey
tomorrow,
Zab,
man.
before you say anything, I'm gonna go ahead and jump up. I just want to holler at you real quick, Sanchez. I love you, bro, and I
Hey,
gotta,
love you too, bro.
I gotta look out for you.
Man, I appreciate that. That's real, man. I appreciate all
Hell
y'all
yeah.
brothers. Real talk,
Yeah, I'm,
man.
I'm about to get out of here too. Much love, Sanchez. You know, I fuck with y'all all the way from the A, man. You
Oh
already know.
man, I
Already,
missed it, man.
already.
But
Hey,
I'll
much
come in
Mhm.
love.
tomorrow though.
Much
All
love,
right, all
Sanchez.
love, panel. Y'all have a
And
good
you
night.
did
Sure.
open my eyes to a lot of stuff tonight, Sanchez. Good shit, bro.
Hey, Jason, I hope you hop back on again, my brother. I appreciate your energy, man, and input. Big love.
Oh, oh,
Much love. Yeah.
oh yeah, Sanchez. I wish I could have got on that call with you and them ex-military dudes on that other show. That was some bullshit right there, bro. They know damn well black people ain't join no military for those reasons. But like
Man, right. That was
I told my
crazy.
drill sergeant from day one, he asked me what you joined. I said for the first and the 15th, and nothing less and nothing more. For the
Big
first and the
facts.
15th, bro.
Big facts,
That's
bro.
exactly what and he looked at me funny. I looked back at him funny. So that's what I joined for, nigga. Shit.
Like, for real, we ain't patriotic, and I'm not scared
Hell,
to
boy,
say
I
that.
didn't even know what the definition of patriotic was when I joined him.
Hey, matter
Yeah.
of fact, hey, look, Jason, patriotism was a culture shock to us when we saw that shit. When we
Yeah,
got in,
yeah.
like, damn, oh, wow, okay,
It was
yeah.
some other shit on there too I didn't like that they was saying, but we'll talk about it on another day, bro.
Hey, for
But
sure,
but yeah,
man.
you did. Yeah, you did open. I mean, cause yeah, there's a lot of shit going on that we need to address in our black communities, and you opened my eyes on it. And hopefully, going forward, we find a solution to fix it, bro.
Most definitely, man. I think that's exactly what we're gonna lead to in this community. And I want to thank y'all again. Hey, Zab, I'm gonna let you go on, say your closing out, man, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all.
All right, well, I'm gonna keep it brief. So I definitely think you won the debate because you, for one, you stuck to the topics and you definitely convinced me. But one thing about Taz, man, that dude, he's too emotional. And I think that he surrounds himself with women that encourages his
Yep.
emotionalism. Like, and that's gonna be his downfall. He gotta stop being so emotional, man. Like, he's a smart dude, but I think that that's his weakness right there. But you definitely won the debate because you stuck to the actual topic and you were able to prove that the culture is dead. Like, we could look back on the Sumerian culture, but the Sumerian culture is dead. We can acknowledge it, but that doesn't mean that the Sumerian culture is alive today. And I think that was the point that you were trying to make. Yeah, we could like look back at Black culture, but is it alive today? I don't think so. And I think that you were able to prove that in the debate.
Man, that is big old facts, and that's just the truth. And I stuck to the title. And I appreciate that, Zab. You always give the real, bro. I appreciate all y'all brothers, man. I see y'all tomorrow, though.
All right, bro.
Y'all
Much love,
brothers,
Sanchez.
for real, y'all be safe.
Okay,
All right, bro. I'll catch
flex
you on the
out.
flip side, bro. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, Damon. Appreciate that. Hey, appreciate y'all. I gotta run. Thank you for all the donations, though, to the people that supported the show. Salutes to y'all. Salutes to the Patreons and the PayPal donors. Thank you, OG Leo, for the cash app, and to Miguel, and to Shamara Yahoo, and to Zay, and to Jay McFoley. Hey guys, peace and much